Dude, what makes York based more than anything is that he's the opposite of a simp for Emily. Like, he is such a dick to Emily, and she is like obsessed with him.
I don't know if he's like going out of his way not to simp. I think he's just like way too autistic to even realize.
He is unapologetically himself.
He's really like an autistic schizophrenic. Like, I don't think he has any idea.
You just take it easy. I'll bring your coffee out in a moment.
Thank you, Polly. I have to warn you, though, I am very particular about my coffee. Did you see that, Zach?
Well, Sneed and Trice, I wanted to thank you guys for turning me on to Japanese games, because we've arrived at the pinnacle of Japanese game design, and that's Deadly Premonition.
This is not what we meant at all.
We've done a horrible job, clearly.
So York, his love interest is, Emily, and she shows up at his room drunk, like looking to bang, and this is his reaction. Watch.
What time it is?
I'm sorry. I couldn't sleep, so I was drinking alone.
My mother was a very kind woman. She always smiled so brightly. Baked cakes and cookies every day. She'd say that I needed the sugar because I spent so much time thinking.
Oh my God.
But is this not the most ridiculous freaking video game you have ever played? Come on, somebody talk about it.
Yeah, so
it's peak autism for sure.
It's peak autism.
This game is like a broken seesaw, because like the writing is like awesome and the gameplay is rotten.
Hang on, is the gameplay awesome though?
No, the writing is awesome. The gameplay is rotten.
No, but is the writing even good?
I think it is. I mean, it made me laugh all the time, and it felt, some of it was unintentional, but I think a lot of it was intentional.
So we're going to be talking about Deadly Premonition today, guys, and this was an Andy pick. This was an autism pick, and so Deadly Premonition, it was released exclusively on the Xbox 360 in 2010, and directed by Swery65, Hidetaka Suehiro. And then in 2013, it was ported to PC and PS3. The game holds the Guinness World Record for the most divisive video game ever created, with some people giving it 10s and some people giving it 1s. So the game is basically a bizarre mashup of Twin Peaks, survival horror, life simulator, open world adventure, detective mystery, and extremely goofy Japanese game design. It also makes fun of gays and troons and ladyboys, which is nice. So you play as Francis York Morgan, an FBI agent sent to the small rural town of Greenvale to investigate the murder of a young woman named Anna Graham. Anna's death resembles a series of strange murders associated with a mysterious killer known as the Raincoat Killer. York arrives in Greenvale and starts interviewing the townspeople, examining crime scenes, collecting evidence, and trying to figure out who is responsible. The catch is that York is extremely strange himself. He constantly talks to an imaginary friend named Zach, discusses old movies and celebrities, and has conversations with Zach as though he's sitting right next to him. So, Trice, just tell me like one thing that you liked about this game, because I feel like the most hate came from you.
Oh, well, I mean, the dialogue.
Okay.
I really enjoyed like any scene where I wasn't actually in control of the game. It was great. This is like the ultimate movie game. Like,
dude, I do kind of wish that it had just been like a visual novel, because the story is great and the gameplay, well, I think that the town open world gameplay of like finding people and stalking people, I thought that was fun as hell, but like the dungeons were just the most miserable slog ever. Like 8 hours of fucking dungeons that you don't want to do.
Oh, I was in the Discord while Trice was doing the lumber mill thing, and he was fucking seething. He was like, when the fuck is this going to end?
Dude, it was like 3 hours.
Dude, the game, I think it's like 18 hours to beat it, and it needs to be trimmed by about 10 hours. Like, it's just about 10 hours of just chaff that could have been cut.
Yo, just picture this, okay? Instead of you going around the town, right? Like, you have a driver who drives you to places, and you tell them where to go, and then you talk to people and look around for things, but they get rid of the combat entirely, and all you're doing is running away from things. This is a much better game. Like, just 100%. Except remove that quick time event running stuff. That was ass. I mean,
oh God. Yeah, using one hand to go left, right on the joystick, and then the other hand to somehow like reach across and hit the buttons.
Yeah, well, and not only that, but like there's parts in that where he's like pushing crates that he could just walk by, and I don't really understand it. And I don't know why it requires a quick time event to walk down a step, but just like take one step down. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe he has vertigo.
Yeah. So, okay. So high level thoughts on this game. We'll Sneed first say, how far did you get? And then tell us, what did you think about it?
I got to the part where you follow Nick, I think like way up north, like to this building. And then I like entered the building and it was like another dungeon or whatever. That's as far as I got.
I think that was Becky's murder.
Yeah, that was after that. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was after that because Becky's murder was in some sort of.
Oh, you went to the art gallery. Yeah, you got to the art gallery.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. By the way, Becky, was she murdered in like that guy's house? Like, are there all their houses like giant manors? Like, this shit was crazy.
Yeah, Becky is supposed to be like a rich girl, right?
Yeah, well, but her house definitely wasn't. I mean, once he goes into a building, it becomes like the upside down world, and then it's massive. So it's becomes even bigger than their house would be.
That's true. Yeah, that's as far as I had got to. I definitely didn't get as much time as I wanted to. I wanted to get further, but I had to do the MW4 shit.
Yep.
And yeah.
Somebody just said Granny low-key a baddie.
Dude.
No.
Go outside.
go outside.
Definitely not.
I think the story though is
hang on. Check out this comment. I found Sneed first, not Andy.
Wow.
True Sneed fan. True Sneed fan.
There we go. Everybody gets one. I think the story was actually pretty compelling. And the dialogue was great. There was a lot of really funny shit in there. Yeah, that's kind of like where the good like begins and ends for me. Every time I had to play the game, it was kind of dreadful. But every time I was just like listening to dialogue or, there was story stuff playing out, I was actually pretty engaged.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's like, even though the characters are weird and quirky, they're like fucking entertaining as hell.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, but the combat is literally a 0 out of 10.
Yeah.
I mean, easily.
The driving is even worse in the combat, by the way, by far.
Yeah,
dude. And the crazy thing is, they add like the driving was so dog shit, and yet they added blinkers to the game. Did y'all know you could turn on your blinkers?
Yeah, I was wondering if I would have like an actual purpose, but I don't think it did.
It has windshield wipers too.
Oh yeah. There's windshield wipers.
Though.
Yeah,
but you could just go into. I drove in third person the whole time.
Yeah.
Really? I feel like the third person driving was even worse because the camera was so terrible.
It was bad.
No.
Well,
I thought the first person.
Yeah, first person driving would be pretty miserable.
You couldn't. There was no way you could figure out the dimensions of that car from inside of it. It was brutal. I kept accidentally rear-ending everyone on the highway.
Oh, Surf says he watched the MW4 beta videos and we're cooked. Yes, we are. I'm going to torture myself again this weekend. Don't worry.
Completely.
Oh man, not to digress into that shit, but I think the driving was like the worst part of the game. That I know we'll get into them later, but like the sleep and the hunger too. Like, do we have to have those?
Yeah, I can understand the sleep, but the hunger seemed unnecessary.
You should just have like sleeping should just be for skipping time. There's no need for I'm going to die because I haven't slept mechanic, or like I have to change my clothes or I'm like smelling there's flies around me mechanic either. Like,
yeah,
I remember for the longest time I was like, Why am I like smelly? Like, what the fuck did I do? Is there a shower I wasn't aware of? Like,
Well,
very
there was
confused.
a pop-up that tells you that at the beginning
Ain't
of the
nobody
game.
read the fucking pop-ups, dude.
I read them all, dude.
That's shitty game design. Fuck the pop-ups.
I agree.
Dude, sorry for immersing you in the world.
Well, I mean, the other thing
the
is too, you
survival
have
mechanic.
these fucking disposable cars, but at the same time you have gasoline and you have to worry about that. And the amount of money you're making per day is insane. Like, I want his job.
Super chat showed a buddy your RE9 video. He lolled throughout. Thanks, dude. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Langford, Jeremy 100.
So Trice, how far did you get and what did you think about it?
I got past the lumber mill.
Ooh, you didn't get far at all.
No.
I had to skip 4 days of playing for COD. How did I get past you?
I did. I couldn't. The lumber mill toasted me. I couldn't do it.
The lumber mill was bad. It was bad.
I did
Clearly,
everything.
Trice is not a hardcore gamer. That's why he likes the Wii U. It's all coming together.
All right. Hey, who got filtered by Metal Gear? All right, let's remember that. I'm the only one that finished that game.
That's true. I was way too angry to continue.
This had nothing to do with skill. This just had to do with, I guess it did. It had to do with mental fortitude. I just couldn't handle it. I did all the town stuff after the lumber mill, and then I realized I was going to have to go into another dungeon. And I was like, I can't do this. Can't. Won't.
So high level thoughts, Trice.
Oh man. My high level thought is this game would have been incredible if you got rid of the combat. I think that the driving is bad, but the driving doesn't like ruin the experience, in my opinion. It is some of the worst driving I've ever played in a game. It's on par with, like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a game that has driving this bad. Like maybe the first Mafia game. I remember that game had rotten driving. I don't know if it was this bad, but
it's almost like, do y'all know there's like this new style of modern indie game that's like sort of like Life is Strange, where there is no combat and you just sort of walk around and like talk to people and look at stuff. And it's like, I fucking hate those games because they don't have combat. And yet at the same time, in this game's place, I kind of wish the combat had been removed because it was so bad. It's like, don't put combat in a game just as like filler.
Well, I read that they added the combat at the very last minute. Like there was no combat in this game. And that they thought that the game wouldn't sell to Western audiences without combat. So they added it. That's why your pistol has infinite ammo, because that was like added after the fact. And that's why there's no ammo pickups in the world, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Like you find them in the dark zones, and you find them. I guess you can buy ammo from the gun store, although I never found that place open. So,
dude, life sim, got to go when it's open, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, guys, this game was originally developed on the PS2. And so you notice stuff like there's big, giant floating icons in the world, which is nice. Like, I do like it when there's a big flashing icon telling me where to go, but it does kind of kill the immersion a little bit when there's like, you're playing a real serious game and there's a spinning fucking police medal for you to pick up, you know?
Oh, it does kind of feel arcadey sometimes in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. A super chat for $10 from Moist Melon 68.
Damn. I'll read it. Love the content, bro. Thank you for being based and calling bullshit out. What are your quick thoughts on Witcher 3 Remaster? I want to give you your flowers, bro. Me and my wife wish you all the success. Thanks, man. Dude, I don't know about y'all. I think this Witcher 3 Remaster, it's all like to distract from Witcher 4. And I think what they're going to do is they're going to somehow bundle it with Witcher 4, because I think Witcher 4 isn't going to fail, but I think it's going to massively undersell. And then they're going to be like, oh, but remember Witcher 3? Like, oh, you'll get the Witcher 3 remaster, or they'll add like more DLC for Geralt or something. I think they're totally going to, like, Witcher 4 is not going to do well. And then they're going to do a little switcheroo and be like, oh, remember Geralt? I don't know. What do y'all think?
I saw that Witcher 3 remaster was basically like a free update for anyone who owns the game currently.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get it. It's like to get some goodwill.
Well, it's not just that. I think it's also to connect the two stories. So they're going to add. I think they're going to add. They're going to add like Siri missions to the end.
Oh, of course. Yep.
So you're going to end up playing more Siri, I think, as part of those missions. So if like you're not into Siri, I'm not sure that DLC is going to be much fun for you.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things. You already own the game, and you've probably, if you're a Witcher fan, you've probably put hundreds of hours into it. So you may as well give the DLC a try if it's free. I don't see a problem with that. The issue is that I can't imagine playing like 200 or 300 hours of Siri. Like that's not something that I would enjoy. And I think, Andy, we've discussed this several times. I don't know what Sneed's opinion is on this one, but it seems to me that like the entire tone of the game has changed if you're a woman.
Yeah. Sneed?
So
I haven't really played The Witcher, so I couldn't say.
Yeah, this guy summed it up. Somebody said it's a ploy to nostalgia bait everyone into buying the gay Witcher 4. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I mean, I will. My position on Witcher 4 is going to be like wait and see. So I'll wait and see what happens in the first month. I think that probably most of the cringe will come out in the first month, and my guess is it'll be enough that I won't touch it. But yeah, there's a lot of cringy shit that's about to come out because you got MW4, then you got Wolverine, and then you got the new Gears game that's about to come out, and they're and then of course GTA 6, and like all of these games guarantee you are presenting themselves as one thing, and I think the reality of the game is going to be completely different, and it'll be fun to make videos about. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, I mean, Wolverine looks like a trans man in that game. It's fucking terrible. I can't believe they've done that.
See, right, but they'll be like, oh, but look how gritty and aggressive the combat is, so like that makes it okay, right? It's like, no, dude, the new Gears game is full of women.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it's not like these games were in production for what, 5 years, all of them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're going back to like COVID, basically, or just post COVID, and that was like peak woke. So, I mean, I think the tail end of peak woke is going to be some pretty hideous stuff. I mean, I don't think anything is going to touch like Veilguard for that level of cringe, but
yeah, they're cutting stuff right now. They're I'm sure they're just taking a knife to it and cutting tons of stuff out.
Well, like Fable, right? They released they released like a screenshot of a better looking version of that female player character that they had debuted previously. And I think that's like lipstick on a pig, personally. I don't think there's any way that they're going to be able to go back and change 2,000 NPCs and take out all of the weird woke shit, like getting catcalled by men when you're a male character on the road and stuff like that. Like that, there's no way they're going to be able to get all that stuff out. So I don't know what those games are going to look like, but I think they're going to mostly they're going to play like, homo simulators. So enjoy.
Oh, dude. And I don't know if this is true, but I saw on Twitter today, apparently it's been leaked that there is full on graphic gay sex in GTA 6. And that's going to be it for me. That'll be curtains for GTA 6 for me. If there's just full on graphic gay sex scenes, I'll be done.
Yeah. I mean, like, honestly, I have trouble watching Pulp Fiction because of that one scene. So I don't know if I don't want that in a video game, although I don't intend to play GTA 6.
Yeah.
So
all right, let me get back to Deadly Premonition here. So we've said a lot of the bad things about this game. I do think there are some genius things about this game, though, and I came up with a list of it's kind of insane the level of simulation that they did in this world. Let me see if I can cut to a clip just where you're at least sort of like in the town. So the town is laid out exactly. So this is all just some of the details that the developer included in the game. So the town is laid out exactly as a real town in the area would be. locations is meant to take the same amount of time it would in real life. The developers came all the way to America and they measured distances in order to do that. They called it real time, real scale, and real life. So the developer took this very seriously. Dialogue was added in for both York and every possible passenger in his car. NPCs don't just have schedules, they have lives. They would react to different things happening. You know, for instance, Emily goes home when it rains. Characters don't keep the same dialogue. They'll have several dialogues, and the dialogues will change depending on where you find them. So on a specific day, morning Emily, afternoon Emily, evening Emily, night, sunny, rainy, story progressed Emily, Emily after York discovers particular evidence, Emily during different chapters. They wrote different dialogue for all those times and days for all the different people in the game. And this insane attention to detail is so frustrating because you'll notice his cigarettes still say police on them and the bathrooms say man and woman. So it's like
Yeah.
they had like insane attention to detail in some things and then like completely no attention to detail in other aspects of the game.
Yeah.
You can stalk people in the game. They'll do different things in their house depending on the point in the story you find them. Businesses have open and close hours, and story bits have to accommodate for this. Like one time I tried to sleep in the basement of the police station for 12 hours and then they just woke me up and kicked me out. I just like trying to like break games and stuff. The weather isn't just cosmetic. It actually affects missions and it affects where people go. They determined the correct hourly wage for a waitress. York, like we said, has to eat, sleep, change clothes. He can get stressed. He can get tired. Apparently, massive parts of the map were designed that aren't even mentioned or used in the game. Apparently, there's a very detailed horse farm that never even got into the game. In the game, you can go fishing, you can play darts, you can race through checkpoints, you can collect trading cards, you can maintain vehicles, you can change clothes, you can shave, you can eat, you can smoke, you can inspect objects, observe NPCs, tail NPCs, look through windows. And despite there being, this is another thing that was crazy to me about this game. There's like clearly 5 songs that they use over and over again for every scene. And then they have all this other music that like you never even find out about. Like, did y'all know they wrote specific songs for driving several of the cars? Like Darts has its own specific music, and then driving different cars has their own specific music. So it's like, guys, for the main quest of the game, why did y'all reuse 5 songs? And then they have like 20 other songs that they used for things that like nobody will ever see.
Dude, some of the songs are brutal too. I mean, like the one that sounds like a ripoff of Super Mario World theme, and then there's the other one that just sounds like the guitar riff from American Idiot.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, both those songs are brutal.
Yeah, we're gonna come to that. So, did you guys ever play any of the Shenmue games?
I played the first one.
Yeah,
really?
the first one.
Trice, did you beat it?
No, actually. So full disclosure, I wasn't playing it. I was watching my brother play it, and it was on Dreamcast. We had it on Dreamcast, and he got a bug that made it so that we couldn't get past the forklift part.
Oh no!
So that was like 12 hours into the game or something. Maybe deeper, but like it made the forklift part of the game impassable. And apparently it's a bug that exists and it happens to some save files, and the only thing you could do is start over and hope it doesn't happen again. Apparently it's rare, but it does happen. So I never finished it again, and my brother actually just put the game down, never played it again. So yep.
So this life simulation aspect of the game, where this is not your standard kind of GTA style game where the world is kind of waiting for you to act on it. This is a world that acts on its own. And if you're curious about a character, you can like go to their house and find them and talk to them. And did y'all interact with any of the life sim aspects of the game at all, or did y'all find that interesting at all?
I didn't really mess with it just because I was trying so hard to beat the story because I knew that it'd be short on time.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's kind of interesting, I suppose. But I couldn't really give you like a real take on it because I didn't really engage with it.
I did actually, but so I spent about 12, 13 hours playing the game, and most of it I spent just driving around the town and and looking for things and talking to
that's
people.
awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I when I first started doing it, I was like, man, this is really cool. So I was like, you know what? I tried after the first combat that you have in the game, I was like, well, fuck this. The combat's awful. I don't really want to do that right now. So I just dicked off for like 8 hours.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I honestly, I think it's the best part of the game. So
yes.
the best part of the game is the dialogue and, like going around town, talking to people,
Just doing shit.
Yeah. Like, paying for enough car washes that the woman gives you like a weird strip tease that isn't sexy at all.
That chick was pretty hot for a 2010 game.
Yeah, well, yeah, but the dance is so fucking weird. Like the way the characters move in this game, the way they're rigged is so awkward.
Yeah.
But,
dude, and I think this is further ahead in my notes, but I kind of wish that this game had no main quest and you just figured out the mystery like on your own.
Yeah.
Like went around the town, collected clues, found the right people at the right time of day, and like pieced together it all on your own. That sounds like a way more interesting game than what they did.
Well, I think that's what if I remember correctly, that's what was planned for Alan Wake. The second one, maybe, or maybe it was the first one, and they ended up having to, like, Alan Wake was originally supposed to be like a fully open world game.
Interesting.
And they had to basically downscale that because it became unfeasible. So, like, if you look at what this game was trying to do, I mean, they had lofty ambitions here. I mean, they were attempting something that was like crazy. I mean, this is like GTA and also like a crime investigator sort of, right?
And guys, if you just notice on the screen here, so the limit is telling you like, okay, that's where you need to be at that specific time. And then it's saying lunch is at this other time. So it's giving you like a lunch window where you can see your colleagues. But go ahead, Trace.
And by the way, the lunches are some of the best dialogue in the game. They're worth going to.
Dude, I looked up the lunch scenes. There's 15 minutes of lunch scenes on YouTube if you care about that.
I watched them too. They're so fucking weird. They're great though. They're really funny.
Dude, and York roasting Emily for her shitty cooking, and she just like still wants him so bad is the funniest thing in the game.
Yeah, well, poor Emily though, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean I think that, like, I think this game would have been better as like many other different types of games, but
yes,
like, even like an old-fashioned point and click adventure, like where you're like Grim Fandango or something like that. It would have been better as that, or Normality if anyone ever played that game. But yeah, I mean, it's weird. I mean, such a mixed bag because like the writing is like a 9 or a 10 in my mind, but like the gameplay is just
But even with the good writing though, the completely like the music that just like doesn't fucking fit at all. Kind of like, wait, okay. When you guys say that y'all think the writing is good, do you mean it's good like funny?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And I think the Japanese developer, I'm not sure if they meant it. I know sometimes they did mean it to be funny, but I think I don't think they meant this game to be as funny as it is.
I mean, I do think that there's some jank to just like the way that way the characters move and the audio and some of like the screams and stuff like that. They're way over the top, but that's like PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1 era games were like that in general. So there's some retro, like this game has a retro feel even for 2010 when it came out.
Oh yeah. And I think that's why people liked it so much, because it came out in 2010 and it felt like a PS2 game because it was made on the PS2, or it was originally made on the PS2.
Like it reminds me of the first Resident Evil game. like the voice lines in there. Some of the voice lines in this game, they remind me of the first Resident Evil game. There's a line, I think, at the very beginning of the first Resident Evil game where you walk out on a balcony and Forrest is being eaten by a fucking crow. And he goes, "Oh my God, it's Forrest." And like, it sounds so dumb, but like,
but it's entertaining as fuck.
yes. Yeah.
It's so entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, if you play a remastered version of the game, I'm sure they've re-recorded those voice lines because they sounded like shit back then, even then. But they became iconic, and like there's something about like janky voice lines that have an eeriness to them.
Yeah,
and it works in a horror game to a degree.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Sneed's boy said the tone feels whimsical. Whimsy maxing makes for good vibes and jokes.
So true. So true.
Game is definitely whimsy maxing. Tom from the server said, "I love the musical stings when you discover a piece of evidence or pick up a cheeseburger."
Yeah, those are great. Those remind me of like 1950s like suspense TV shows.
Yeah, dude.
And I think this game is going for that to a degree, right?
Yeah.
Like that's intentional.
Yeah. Dude, honestly, I was fucking cracking up. I had such a good time playing this game. It was just the dungeons, the like 8 hours of dungeons. So anybody, I recommend y'all just watch this game on YouTube. That's the canonical way to play it. Just don't even do the gameplay.
Yeah, or just watch a long play of the whole game.
Yeah. Okay, so talking generally about the open world genre, so, GTA 3 is often considered the most influential video game in the open world genre. And it kind of standardized the idea that you go to a spot to do a main mission and you go to other spots to do side quests. And this has become the standard way you're supposed to do open world games because it's generally the most fun for the player. And the entire world is basically waiting on you in a modern open world game, right? But I think what Deadly Premonition asked is, what if a game was more realistic, more like Shenmue from 1999? What if a game actually mirrored real life instead of behaving like a video game? What if certain events and people and conversations were only available at certain times of day? What it would force you to do is exist in that world as an actual person instead of as a player. And this is why I think the open world aspect of this game is kind of genius. And the world of Deadly Premonition, it's really compelling to me just because it mirrors real life. It doesn't behave like a game-ass game where the entire world is waiting for you to do something. And I wish we still had games like this. And furthermore, I think this kind of game pairs perfectly with the detective story because if you think about it, like I don't think a life sim type game I think Shenmue wasn't a detective game.
Yeah. You were investigating something. I can't recall what it was because I haven't played it in so long. But
yeah,
Shenmue would actually be a good game to do for the podcast if we had the hours to put into it.
Yeah, dude, it's this like early Japanese version of open world games that's like really fucking interesting. I think because I love GTA obviously, but GTA kind of standardized this whole like, this you go here to start the side mission, and it's
it's like a theme park.
Right, exactly, like a theme park. Like, here are all your side missions, and they're available 24 hours a day. And what Shenmue in this game did that was a lot more interesting is like, things are only available at certain times of day because you're in a real world. You're not in a simulation that exists to be a theme park.
Yeah, Get Lost Games says Shenmue, you were trying to find your father's killer. So, yeah, you were investigating your father's murder.
Yeah. Yeah, I played. Yeah, sorry, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say the only other games I can think of that had this sort of feel, Shenmue to a degree, like the Fable, and then maybe like the Oblivion, because like Oblivion had people walking around, doing their own thing.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're right though. I mean, this is like something that games were moving towards, I think, and then they decided that the theme park is just easier to do.
Right, because I think it goes back to being wasteful. Like we were just talking about how there's 15 minutes of hilarious lunch scenes, and most people don't even get to that content. And like, I guess in the modern era, games are like, oh, we can't waste all that cool content that people might not even see.
Yeah, man, you got to show people how to do a barv instead.
Right, exactly. Sneed, thoughts on the open world genre and this kind of game?
Well, as far as like the way this game handles its open world, you guys already said it. Like the best comparison I can come up with is Shenmue, and I stopped playing Shenmue because I thought it was really boring, like super boring.
Yeah.
Is that like a hot take? Because I had people hype me up for it, and I tried it, and I didn't like it.
Yeah, I think it was a pre GTA like open world game, and one thing that kind of amazed me about it, I started playing Shenmue 2 a little bit because I was enjoying this game so much that I was like, well, let me try Shenmue. I noticed, so you like get off of a ship in Shenmue 2 and you go looking for some kid, and some kid steals your bag. And I got to the part where the kid steals your bag, and I talked to like 10 different people in the town, and all of them had different voice lines for like what was happening to the main character. What I mean was like 10 different characters in the game all had something to say about what was happening to you right now. And then the math of that started boggling my mind. Like, wait, are you telling me like every character in this game has a different dialogue for every single story beat that happens to you in the game? And like, I don't know, that level of like, because like GTA isn't like that. No modern open world game is like that. Like players, games don't write separate voice lines for whatever the main character happens to be going through at the time. Do y'all follow me?
Yeah, absolutely. And in games like GTA, generally the buildings, I don't know about 5 because I didn't play 5, but I know in the previous ones, the buildings were the NPCs that you deal with, where if you can go inside them at certain times, it's because they're instanced, right? Like,
right,
they're not part of the world,
right?
Whereas the houses in this game are part of the world.
Yeah, it's all a big simulation. But yeah, moving on here. So yeah, as I said earlier, this game should have shaved off about eight of its 18 hours. And I really like the goofy, corny shtick that this game was doing, but it gets old, honestly, after like 18 hours. Like a goofy game I enjoy for about 8 hours. 18 hours is too much. And we've talked a lot about the many problems this game had. And I said it's as if the developer seemed to want you to solve the case by going around the town and talking to everyone. I think this game would have been weird. So, but Sneed, what do you think? I know you didn't play like a ton of the game, but you wanted to talk about what you think would have fixed this game.
Yeah, well, firstly, like I kind of wonder what went wrong, like in development. Like, is it just that maybe like they had to scramble because you said they started off development with the PS2 and they kind of like had to, translate that over to 360? Was it like under budget? Was the scope just too much? Yeah, so I don't know, but I guess I would say like the way to make it better. You guys have both played LA Noire, right?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Trice kind of mentioned this earlier. You know what sucks about LA Noire, at least to me, is the open world. The open world is fucking really boring. And something I really appreciate. Oh, and all the side stuff is like all like samey.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate that you can just tell your partner, like, yeah, fuck off, like you drive, Like it would be really nice if they just assigned me like some no-name cop or some shit to drive me around. Because the driving sections were terrible.
Yeah.
The combat was terrible. Just general gameplay was terrible. So part of me thinks like, I don't know, the scheduling stuff is really cool, I guess. But we have a saying in the game industry, and that's called "save it for the sequel." And we say that whenever we're going like way over scope. And so what I think they should have done is made this game a bit more linear. Really like cut the time down. It would have let them refine some of the things they had, like if they're still driving, could have refined that. Combat could have refined that without like getting rid of them.
Right.
because I think it's good to have those things. It just sucks when they suck. And then make this game as successful as possible and then expand in the sequel. I think that would have been better.
I think it's funny that both of you have prescribed like opposite fixes because Andy is like, no, dude, like get rid of the linearity of anything, make it open world, allow me to investigate this on my own. And I actually think that would have been a good game, and I actually think Sneed's game would have been a good game. I think the problem is that they wound up somewhere in between.
Yeah.
And this game is like a no man's land of weirdness.
Yeah, I think we probably all agree they needed to pick a lane, like either go, because Alan Wake was very, very linear, and I love Alan Wake. It's like either go very, very linear and make your combat better and have like more than 2 fucking enemy types. I think there was 2 enemy types in the game, wasn't there?
I only remember 1.
No, okay. There's the other one that crawls on the ceiling.
Because I didn't get that far.
Never got it. Okay.
Yeah, they don't
I played this game for
until...
several hours with 1 enemy type. Like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could argue that giving them weapons was a second enemy type. Like they had guns sometimes, but not really. I do believe that the one that Andy's talking about gets added in Becky's mansion after her murder or something, like when you're investigating the mansion. Isn't that where they come in for the first time? The girls who look like they're from The Ring.
Yeah, it's it. Yeah, it's when you're going into the art museum, and it was just, oh, here's this other fucking enemy type, and they're very easy to figure out. It's like, oh, she crawls along the wall, then you shoot her, and then she falls, and she shoots a fireball at you, and it's just it was terrible.
So even though I didn't finish the game, I did watch a video showing basically the rest of the plot and all the plot points and stuff like that. So
and we'll wait. We're gonna wait to I'm gonna do just like we'll go through like all the beats of the game in a minute here. So don't worry, if anybody's gonna play this game, we're not gonna spoil it. I'll save because the story is really cool, and we'll save the spoilers for the end.
We got Tom with a super chat. He gave us $5 of Monopoly money for New Zealand.
Monopoly money for New Zealand.
Tom, thank you.
Right. That's it's not real money down there. Tom's no, dude. I love Tom making it rain.
Tom, thank you.
No, but seriously, thanks, dude.
Thank you, Thomas.
How are you supposed to say his name? Tom Fons?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's Tom Steen Fonsberg.
It's not Tom. He said combat in Deadly Premonition is bad, but still way better than Pokemon, Final Fantasy, and Dragon Quest. Damn!
Here's Tom with another clearly high IQ take.
Clearly high IQ.
Yeah. It's less playable than all those games. I'll say that.
This game would have been more playable if it was a basic turn-based game, that's for sure.
Yep.
I actually agree with that. But
it's hard not to. The controls are like incompetently bad. I mean, also like not even just how bad it is to control, which it is, but even like the control scheme is like super silly. Like on 360, like holding down right trigger and like pressing A to fire. Like, is this the Dreamcast? Like I'm confused. Like I thought this game came out in 2010.
No, dude, holding down RT, LT, and then hitting A to fire.
We have another super chat, by the way.
Damn.
Gamer Groiper.
He's firing back at Tom.
Gamer Groiper, big fan of Sneed, said Tom wouldn't know good combat if it hit him in his Kiwi phase.
Based.
Wow.
You guys should just have like a bidding war, like shitting on each other in the chat.
Yep. So who's gonna go $6 now? Come on, guys.
Yeah. Last super chat.
Do I hear $6?
Dude, actually, it looks like Tom, Gamer Groiper, Tom gave 1 cent more than you, so you've been one-upped by Tom, dude.
No, one of those is American. The other one's you're gonna have to do a.
That's true. $5 New Zealand is probably like 13 cents American. I think Gamer Groiper just mogged the shit out of him.
Yeah, I guess New Zealand would be a banana republic if you could grow bananas there.
So and guys, I just want to call out here, because these 2 clowns didn't finish my game, I can not finish whatever game that they come up with. So
I put in the hours.
I had a
did you
good
do?
excuse
What did you
for
do,
Modern Warfare
13?
4. I don't think Trice had a good excuse.
I put in like 15 hours into the game.
Okay, all right. I'll put 15 hours into your JRPG that you asked me to play. No,
See,
actually, no. I'm very excited about somebody picking a JRPG. So I'm sure I'll play the whole thing.
Well, the next game is Japanese, just not a JRPG.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. What is the next game again, Sneed?
Super Mario World.
Yep.
I already
Get some
started
whimsy on the
that one.
podcast.
Whimsy maxing, guys. Super Mario World. Gonna get real whimsical.
Yeah, it's a fun game.
Right.
I think I already know what I'm going to pick as my next game too, but I don't know if I should reveal
what? Dude, tell us.
that. I'm thinking the first BioShock. I think that would be.
Oh, dude, absolute class. Well,
Yeah,
very
Jewish.
Jewish. It's very Jewish, but dude, guys, don't watch this 6-hour video that I watched about the Jewish roots of BioShock because it will completely ruin the game for you.
Well, of course, it's very libertarian, so that makes sense.
Are Jews libertarian?
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, that's a rabbit hole for another podcast.
Dude, speaking of Jewish stuff, we were watching. Did anybody watch Fievel Goes West, The American Journey growing up?
I did.
American Tail.
Yeah, dude, did you all know he's a fucking Russian Jew?
Yeah. Did you not watch the first one?
Dude, what bullshit, man. I was like, we got totally cucked by the Jews with this movie.
Well, I mean, it was post World War II Ellis Island stuff. I mean, that was
His name is fucking Fievel, bro.
Yeah.
Is that a Jewish name?
Oh yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. What
Damn,
you think it was Fiverr?
Damn, dude.
Like,
you guys were on the Jewish tip when y'all were like 9. Y'all were way ahead of me.
no, I don't know. I mean, it's a name. It's a fine movie. Although, yeah, it's funny though. If you listen to that first, like the song that was kind of a hit from the first American Tale, if you listen to it now, it sounds like shit. Like the person singing it can't sing. Somewhere out there, you know that song?
I don't remember it.
Yeah. Well, I showed that movie. I watched that movie again because I was going to show it to my kids, and I'm like, man, this movie kind of sucks.
Yeah, you're right. And then you didn't show it to him.
No, because it wasn't very good. I figured it would make them bored, but instead, I decided to traumatize them with Watership Down at some point.
Oh, great book and great movie.
Yeah, that and Secret of Nim. They're gonna get traumatized by both of those at some point.
Secret of Nim. It's not Jewish propaganda.
I don't know. I didn't notice if it was, and if I didn't notice, a kid probably won't.
Yeah. Okay, so Deadly Premonition, we've talked a bit about the world. Now, Trice, although you were saying that you like the simulation aspects of the game, you were saying you felt like it was a big empty world.
It was. If you drive around that whole place, there is a lot of nothing going on in a lot of places. Like that horse farm you talked about earlier, I found that. I did drive through it. And there were some pickups and stuff. Like you could pick up like those red medallions that give you money, and I think there was a card there.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's nothing else going on. And a lot of these places don't even have any NPCs at them or anything. So
well, dude, I think it's not that nothing's going on. It's like because you have the driving games, you get fishing later on, and you get a couple things to do. But this isn't your standard open world game because it's more about like stalking people and seeing where people go. And I think that's the activities you're supposed to engage in. Like this isn't GTA.
Yeah, but what's the payoff for that?
It's figuring out the case on your own.
Yeah, but I mean, can you really do that?
You can, dude. So I went to one of the first things I did was go to Anna's mother's house, and you can snoop around Anna's mom's house and talk to her. And
I did that too.
Yeah, and you find her diary, and her diary. Like I think if you put, I bet I didn't do this, but there's a lot of clues in the game, and I bet if you put all of the clues together, if you talk to all of the boyfriends, I'm sure there's like a lot of pretty strong evidence that points to who it is.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you go talk to Becky once you have the diary, before she gets killed,
Mhm.
if you talk to her twice and you have the diary, the second time he pulls out the diary and you get a different interaction. So
Oh,
there are things you can, I mean, there are things you can do, but really the payoff is just like a little bit more exposition, I think,
right.
which is fine.
Yeah.
But I don't know that it's worth it because it takes so long to get everywhere.
Yeah.
I think that's the real problem. Is it like the travel itself? And apparently there's fast travel.
Dude, you got
I
to
didn't.
you got to get the radio. I got the radio. It made the game so much better.
Oh, I bet. But I mean, that I had the flower. I never, you have to, I was reading that like you can go and replay chapters and do things so that you get things earlier. And when you replay the chapter, anything that you get from the chapter replay, it will be transferred to where you are currently.
Yeah. Yeah. It's additive. So if you go back, you keep all of your shit and all of your money. And it just is sort of like an added bonus if you replay a chapter.
Okay. And
Like,
I know
I
you
got-
can replay all the dungeons, but like
Oh, God.
I don't have. Apparently, if you want to complete the game, you have to, because there are some trading cards that only show up on the second playthrough of a dungeon.
Yeah. Super chat. Somebody said idle error. Can we confirm Dragon Ball Z isn't gay anime slop?
I mean, it's definitely not gay.
They're right. They've seen it. I haven't seen it. Though.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
That's what
remember.
confirmed.
Is there any gay anything in DBZ? I can't.
I think it's pretty based.
Yeah, I mean, most of it is like dudes getting girls and then having kids. So it's
Some like woke loser, like on the like English staff, I guess, for Dragon Ball Z, leaked the voice actor for Goku, saying like, I can't even say it on YouTube, the F slur, like constantly, which is super funny. Like trying to like shit on him, and he got like mad, like apologized or whatever. But
Oh no.
that's.
and I don't think DBZ is gay, although I haven't watched a lot of the anime. I've mostly played the games, but DBZ seems like it's always been pretty cool.
I rewatched both Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z last summer. So
So you're the
I
expert
thought they were
here?
good. Yeah, I thought they were good. I didn't. I thought there was a lot of boring filler, unfortunately. In recaps and all that stuff. Yeah, I think it's pretty hard to watch now. But I think when you were a kid watching it episodically, it's much better. If somebody went and I know that there are versions of it where people have gone and like re-edited it so it's better. I think that would, if you can watch one of those, that'd probably be the best way to watch it. But there's a lot of really cool shit in DBZ. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good.
Tom said one of the villains is gay in Dragon Ball. Krillin calls him a slur in the subtitles. Based.
Oh yeah, that one military guy, right? He's part of the like that weird. You remember the group he's part of, Tom?
Well, yeah, we'll have to wait for Tom to get back to us.
Yeah.
So getting back to Deadly Premonition, though, I do think it did feel like a big empty world, but it probably feels that way because there's not like it doesn't follow the modern open world formula of being like, oh, here's a map filled with activities to do. It's like it hides all this shit. It hides it in random conversations that you may or may not have. And it's because they were like, on the one hand, trying to make this world, quote, realistic. But then on the other hand, they had spinning PS2 icons. And so it's just a very divisive and weird game at the end of the day. So one of the things I loved about this game and why I think I was just a prime culprit to get taken by this game was that I really like the whole small town thing. I like diners and, cops and like just the small town Pacific Northwest vibe is something that I really, really like in video games. Trice, you wanted to talk a bit about the survival aspects of the game and how you thought they sucked?
Yeah, I mean, there are a bunch of like unnecessary tacked on systems, like your car running out of gasoline, which by the way, the cars in this game get like 5 miles to the gallon. So if even that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's brutal. And the stress meter, like if you're speeding in your car, you will have a heart attack and die. Actually, Sneed is the one that found that out. But
yeah, when Trace was in Discord playing the game, like fucking seething his nuts off, I was trying to give him like these little tips, like to be faster. I was like, oh, hey, like when you open doors, you can sprint through them, and like the animation is like way faster. So
Oh,
do
yeah,
that to
good
save
call.
yourself time.
Uh-huh.
And I was telling him like, 'cause, you can like turn the sirens on to like sprint, I guess, and like when you're in the car, and you go like 4 miles an hour faster. But like if you keep doing it, you'll give yourself a heart attack and kill yourself.
Is that when you turn your siren on?
Yeah, you have to hold the sprint button down.
Okay, yeah.
I will say this: be careful about playing any Nintendo music on the stream. That'll probably get it.
Oh, dang! Good call, dude. Good call. Thanks for catching that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll just skip over what we were gonna do there then.
You just have it muted. Oh, you wanted to compare that.
Yeah, I was
going to
compare it. Yeah, I was going to compare it. So, Sneed, what did you think? How'd you feel in general about the music and the audio in the game?
The music was like really repetitive, and sometimes like certain tracks played where it made no sense to have them. Like it'd be like a very serious moment, and like the silly music would be playing. I'm like, this doesn't fit at all. And then my other issue was the voices, and not like the voice acting, but like I guess like the way they handled. I don't know. I'm not an engineer or an audio guy, so I can't say like maybe they handled like spatial audio in some sort of strange way to where it's like the camera would switch like angles in a cutscene, and then like sometimes like the voices would be like so quiet like you couldn't hear them, and it was super fucking annoying.
Mm-hmm.
So like thank God for subtitles. I would have missed like a third of the dialogue if not for that.
Dude, there's a really funny comment here. Somebody said, for the true experience of this song, you need to play it while having a conversation with someone and make sure it is loud enough that you could barely hear each other.
Yeah, that was a problem.
Sounds exactly right.
Like all of the dialogue in this game was delivered. It was delivered with like these random ass songs at like full volume.
It was yeah. It somebody needed to mess with the audio level. It was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's one good track.
Ooh,
it's almost like a bluegrass guitar riff one. Do you remember that?
hang on, guys. I'm about to play we're about to play 8 songs, and we're gonna rate them on a tier list. So maybe it'll come up.
Yeah. Let's do it.
All right. Okay, hang on, let me pause this. Okay. So hang on, let me drag this over here. All right. So first up, we're gonna rate the songs from Heaven to AIDS. And can you guys hear this?
Yeah.
Can you hear that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So first song is what I call the Matlock song. Here we go. All right.
I like that one,
dude. I actually think it's kind of a sick song.
Yeah, I like it because it's got that like that like noir police chase feeling to it. You know what I mean?
It made me think of the Matlock theme a little bit.
Yeah. I know.
By the way, did y'all know the new Matlock show? Matlock is a woman.
I heard about that. Yeah.
It's like we can't have anything anymore. So where do we put the Matlock song?
Are we rating them against each other or against all music that has ever been created?
No, only against each otother.
Then that's an A tier song for this list.
Oh yeah, dude. I'll do it. Let's put it up there.
That one's A tier.
Sneed, what do you think?
I like it, but I've heard it too many times. I'm gonna go way too many times.
Heard it too many times.
To be fair, that's the one that tends to like drown out the audio. When that one plays, you can't hear what any fucking characters say.
You can't fucking hear anything.
And that one's usually as like story stuff is like happening, and it's just like, oh, like I'm kind of interested in this. Like, can I hear the dialogue?
Can I fucking hear the dialogue, maybe? All right. The next song, I just call it Saxophone. Have y'all? Do y'all know the meme that's going around Instagram? That's kind of like when the saxophones get louder thing.
Yeah,
It reminds me of that a little bit.
it does. That one actually sounds like back in the 1970s, they used to try to make porn with a plot, and that one sounds like music from a 70s porn with a plot.
Nice.
That one's a C for me, but maybe I would go as high as B.
Okay,
I kind of like that one more. I would go as high as A.
Wow.
I could settle for B though.
Okay, dude, we're averaging out to lots of B songs here. Okay, here's the next one.
This one's S for me.
Dude, what a fucking banger that song is. That is like the most Deadly Premonition ass song ever.
Well, it really matches the environment too, because you do feel like you're in like a Montana town or something, you know? And like for me, that one's the one that matches.
Okay, so you like that song.
Oh yeah, it's an S for me. Yeah, that one's the best song in the game.
Trace, you said like you made it sound like all of the music was just complete ass water in this game.
Well, we're gonna get to the ass water songs next, I think.
Okay.
But that one's the best song in this game.
Okay.
I agree on S actually. I like that one.
Yeah. Oh, damn. Nice. Well done.
You know what that one reminds me of? True Detective or something like that. Like it really fits. That's the song that I think most fits the game.
Yeah, agreed.
Oh, me and well, Surf, dude, you know, like brilliant, great minds, right? Think alike.
Dude, Surf, if you glaze us enough, you might get invited to the server. So who knows? All right, next up is the whistle song.
This is the one that's a fucking Mario song. This is Super Mario World, but just like a couple of notes off.
Yeah.
That song is an F for me. I fucking hate that song.
Dude, he hates. Okay, so what about you, Sneed?
It's fun. It's good at first, like during all the funny moments, but then when they misapply it 10,000 times, it just makes me angry. So I'm putting it in AIDS. Sad to say. Misapplication makes me go to AIDS.
Dude, I'm gonna say B and balance y'all out. Misapply, that is the perfect word to describe like everything in Deadly Premonition. It's just been misapplied.
Everything's just been misapplied.
Yeah, literally fucking everything is misapplied. Like
it's like putting a fucking Band-Aid on sticky side up.
Tom is spamming S in the chat. He's gonna be coping and seething over that fucking AIDS placement.
I don't know if I said this in the notes anywhere, but hang on, I'm pulling up. I just Googled Deadly Premonition menu. Fuck, this is it. Can we talk about how somebody was like having a stroke when they made this? This is the main, for those of you who haven't played Deadly Premonition, this is like the main menu of the game when you hit start.
It's the pause screen.
It's like insane that they made this. This is a lunatic made this.
It makes no sense too, the way things are positioned there. Like the TV should be where the map is, and the map should be on a table, like in front of you. Instead, the TV is facing away from everything.
Dude, they use Photoshop 5 to just like throw some shit together.
If I were hired as a UX designer and I came up with that, I would be blacklisted from the industry that minute. No shot.
I think that it does sort of like capture that image there is a microcosm of the game. So for me,
that's totally true. That's so true.
It kind of fits. It's like fitting for like what a mixed bag this game is.
So like I think we mentioned like lightly that this game is very much like Twin Peaks in inspiration.
Yes.
I've never seen it. Like, have you guys? Like, what are, if you have, like, are the comparisons valid? Like, and like how?
Well, the one thing is the sort of like unsettling nature of the comedy in the game is very much like David Lynch. So, I would say that like the tone of the game is very much taken from Twin Peaks. Also, Twin Peaks is about investigating a murder, and that's what you're doing here as well. So, I mean, that's like a direct, you know, like a direct comparison. But there's something very like you can tell Swery, that's his name, right? Swery.
Yeah.
You can tell that he's a David Lynch fan because there are certain aspects of the game that are not just Twin Peaks, but other like Lynch movies that he probably saw and incorporated some of those themes into the game.
Another one chat is saying
like
that there's a FBI agent in Twin Peaks that talks to himself. Like it's that inspired.
Dude, I think it's it's pretty on the nose.
Yeah. Yes, that's true.
Wow.
It's a little different.
Well, you know, this is a game that's better to watch than to play. So maybe I'll actually enjoy watching Twin Peaks.
There's no David Duchovny in drag in Deadly Premonition, but there is a cop in drag in Deadly Premonition.
Yeah, when I watched the ending that Andy told me to watch, yeah, I saw that. I definitely saw that.
Oh, dude, hang on. Yeah, no spoilers yet, guys. We're gonna get to the amazing story. By the way, oh wait, hang on. I'm not even sharing my screen here. That would help.
David Lynch loved putting people in drag, though. If you've seen Blue Velvet, he puts Dean Stockwell in drag too.
Yeah,
and I don't know if you remember Dean
freak.
Stockwell, but he was from Quantum Leap. If you ever watched that show growing up,
yeah, David Lynch I'm sure he's a total freak.
I feel like such a zoomer. Like I don't know any of these things.
Oh, dude, you should watch Quantum Leap. Scott Bakula was in drag like every other episode.
Dude, there is no more millennial or Gen X actor to reference than Scott Bakula.
Yeah, Scott Bakula. Wasn't he also on like
he was in Jag? He was in Jag.
Is that a real name? That sounds like a made up name.
Yeah, dude,
he was
a totally real name.
He was also in what Starship Enterprise? Wasn't he on in a Star Wars or a Star Trek show?
Yeah, there we go. Runway said, "My dad loves Quantum Leap." Exactly.
Watch it with him, dude. He won't be here forever, and Quantum Leap is great.
Yeah, dude. MacGyver, fucking Quantum Leap. Guys, by the way, have y'all heard of this game? Anybody heard of this game, Zerna Falls?
Oh no, Andy's cutting out again. He's dying again. We're losing him.
Oh no, dude. It's that backwoods Georgia internet.
Oh, I think he's gone. I think he's gone again. Yep, I think he's gone.
Dude, no. I'm back, guys.
Okay.
I'm back. But right. Okay, so nobody's heard of this game, Mazurna Falls?
No.
Okay, dude, it was a PlayStation 1 game, and it's Japanese only, but apparently it did a lot of the Shenmue stuff and a lot of the Deadly Premonition stuff in like 97 or something. So, and people have done an English translation of it. So I'm kind of interested in it.
Yeah, I would try that. I would play a game like this again if it had I don't know, like systems that weren't.
If it was competently developed.
Yes,
competently developed.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was trying to say.
All right. Okay, moving on to the next song here. Wait, hang on. Let me hide some of this stuff. Heaven and AIDS. All right. What do y'all think about this song? Dude, what a banger, man.
I mean,
what a
that
freaking
one
banger.
That one sounds like an 80s sitcom intro.
Dude, I love that song so much. This song is more Deadly Premonition to me than any other song in the game. Like so whimsical, right up Sneed's alley.
It sounds like fucking Seinfeld, dude.
Yeah, it does sound like Seinfeld. Fucking.
I'm going B on that one too.
Yeah, it's not bad.
B or C.
It's just like, all right, here's the next song. Oh wait, we gotta finish this one up.
You're just looping it.
Sorry. Dude, that song's actually sick. It's when you're driving in the rain to go to a murder really quick, and that song plays. That's a sick song.
It sounds like they sampled the $6 Million Man jumping. If you've ever heard that sound.
All right, no discussion. S tier.
I was gonna say I think it would be an S if driving wasn't involved in hearing it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Here's the So this next song plays. Did y'all get to the Sinner's Sandwich scene?
I've seen it.
Are you talking about the one? Are you talking about the sandwich where like the guy in the wheelchair orders like this weird sandwich? Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I played
Fucking
that.
purple gravy on it or whatever. It's disgusting looking.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the song from that scene.
Yeah, this is the American Idiot song.
Yep. What a banger.
That
I
sounds
hate
like
that.
straight out of a comedic scene in Naruto. It's S tier. I'm taking it.
That's
Yes,
see that for me, that's an F, dude. I hate that.
What? That's
Ooh,
AIDS?
F. What?
It sounds like
No.
American Idiot, and I fucking hate that song.
Yeah. God, Green Day's politics sucks now too. All right, we gotta. Well, it's gonna land in B.
Oh, Trice.
Law
you
of a-
fuck.
law-
You can
averages.
put it in A for Sneed.
Nice. Yeah, we need something.
I'm
in
not
A.
gonna ruin.
I think
Sneed's day.
not just for me. I think Andy agrees with me on this one.
Yeah, it's a good song. All right, here's another one. When I hear shit like this, I think, oh, this is what Japanese people think like American music sounds like.
I don't think I ever heard this one in game, but it
was
sounds like straight out of this Battle Tanks game I used to play in N64. So it goes in S tier.
so it's an S.
That
Oh
that
my
soundtrack
God,
goes hard.
dude.
It's
I've noticed a theme in tier lists. Sneed puts everything in S, dude. That's just Sneed's
Not the fucking Wii U. Not the fucking Wii U.
Sneed's
That shit
natural
grenades.
inclination is just to shove everything in S if he likes it at all.
Can you just start liking things, Trace?
No,
dude, get some whimsy in your life, bro.
dude, I
That's
like
what I'm
whimsy.
saying. Damn straight.
I'm the one playing Yoshi and the Mysterious Book with my kids.
We're gonna do Super Mario World in 2 weeks from now, and you're gonna go, who's okay? C tier.
Yeah, you need some whimsy in your life, dude.
No, I love
Yeah, that song plays when you're playing darts. Yet another one of the songs that like is, it's fine. It sounds like a stock music track, and it's yeah.
I think what's
Right.
odd is that like there's no environmental music anywhere in places where there generally is. It's just
I think that's a cool design choice though, because I'm honestly fucking sick of environmental music in games.
yeah.
It's kind of nice when a music commits, like, hey, you're either hearing this terrible song at 10 volume or you're hearing nothing.
Yeah, but I mean it's like you've walked into a bar and it's dead fucking silent. That makes no sense, dude.
Yeah. All right, here's the last one.
AIDS.
Yeah, this is pure fucking
AIDS.
ass. That's the worst song in the game, dude.
No.
Yeah, that really is a shitty song. That's
Did
when
Bad Bunny
you're
write that shit? Definitely
yeah,
AIDS.
That's
yeah,
F.
Yeah,
F.
let's say F.
That's
Yeah,
that's on Tom's Lullaby CD though.
Yeah. So that's the song when you're chasing Willie the dog around. That shit plays and it's bad. It's so fucking random. But yeah, sorry guys. Somebody talk. I gotta get some shit ready here.
Yeah, so Trice, what the fuck? Your tier lists are so negative. They're always
Yeah,
so
well,
fucking negative.
I think that only
You're not no fuck off. You're not that discerning.
I think that
You're not that discerning.
I am
You're
very
not that discerning.
I think that only truly great
You
things.
you
should be
finished
given an
Metal
A.
Gear Rising. You're not that fucking discerning.
You're not
Don't-
that discerning.
Don't try to LARP.
I finished it. I didn't love it. If you watch the podcast, I did not. I was not very kind to that game. I was
A
one of the
little
least
less
kind.
LARP and a little more whimsy from you, Trice.
Dude, you were the one that was like, this game. Metal Gear has so much aura.
Dude,
you were just like, you were
Dude,
soaked
Trice,
in the aura.
dude, Trice does finish games, even if he doesn't like them, though. You got to give him credit for that.
Except
Bullshit.
this
I got
one.
further than him in this, and I had 4 days that I couldn't play it.
Trice is some
that is
higher
true.
intellect than the rest of us. Whoa. Hey,
Wow.
if you're trying to get an invite to my birthday party,
To my birthday party.
you're on the right
The-
track, sir.
You're on the right track. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
ear rape AIDS for real. Yes, Gamer Groper. That is correct.
Okay, so moving on to the next topic here. I kind of already talked about the general. Do y'all have any thoughts about kind of the art style and the menus in the game and things like that, and just all the random like I think the UI and the interface in this game was also made by somebody having a stroke. Like, let me see if I can
Yes.
pull up some of the.
Terrible. It's all so bad, dude.
Yeah, dude, it's like imagine being a UI designer and this shit was in your
Oh,
fuck,
dude,
I can't even find anything.
if he goes into the case, like the icons for your inventory, like in the pause menu, are so fucking bland and bad. Like, let's see if he looks into his case here. It'll yep, he's gonna do it. Let's see. No,
Oh, dude, I think this was not the director's cut. This was
no,
I
no.
think
This
this
is the director's cut because that looks better than what I had.
okay. Yeah, but
Yeah.
the
the health
menus,
bar, the health
the
bar
menu-
and the stress bar also look better in this version than what I had.
Did y'all die of stress? I only ever died of hunger, or I guess the heart goes down if you're too stressed or something.
I died of stress once because I was in the vehicle, like using the siren, and I had no idea this game was going to be retarded enough to like have that linked to that.
Your poor heart couldn't take it, and you got too stressed out from the siren.
And also, like, why does that mechanic have to exist? Like, again, like it's like another thing to manage for no reason.
Yeah, it doesn't make any.
It's the same with adding blinkers and adding wiper blades to the vehicle. You know.
The wipers do work, to be fair. I mean, it does rain a lot.
Yeah, or you can just drive in third person and avoid your windshield altogether.
I don't know how you guys did that. The third person driving was like unbearable.
I thought it was better than the first person driving.
I mean, neither were good.
Dude, the first person driving is a nightmare in this game. I don't know how you did that.
Yeah.
Because
I also-
with all the stupid camera issues that the third person gives you.
Did you also notice that that when you get out of your car somewhere, your car isn't where you got out of it? It's like
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah, they
moving.
have,
it
like,
snaps. It snaps to different locations.
Yeah.
Well,
That
time,
annoyed the
mine
shit out of me.
snapped like around the block, and I was like, "Where is my fucking car?" I had to go running around looking for it. I was like, "What the fuck?" They never warned you about that.
Somebody said we should start a fund for Sneed's high heels and dress to Whimsy Max at full potential.
Yeah, I was talking about how I don't think we could find heels in my size.
What's my favorite Pokemon generation? It's probably like 1, 2, and 3. Those are my
You can't
favorites.
just answer three, like all three. Like you gotta pick one.
Well, okay, then 1. I mean, I think 1 has the best designs. I think that they're the most recognizable Pokemon. I think everything, all the other Pokemon are sort of derivative of that to a degree. So then, if I had to make a choice, it'd be 1. But I really like what they did in 1, 2, and 3 when it came to the design of the Pokemon. I think that they have gotten terrible. They're like overly busy. They're weird.
I think Gen
too-
4's Pokemon designs were pretty good too. I think 5 is kind of where it started to go downhill though.
I might agree with you. I bet if you and I ran down Gen 4 Pokemon and said yes or no, thumbs up, thumbs down, I think we would end up with a mixed bag.
If
But-
you like 3s, I'm sure you'd like 4s.
Yeah, we could do a stream. we could do a stream with where we just tier list all the Pokemon.
Dude,
and
that's gonna be a sans. Yeah, I'm not gonna participate in that stream of y'all grading Pokemon.
Andy would actually shit blood during that stream.
Me and Trice are gonna rate Pokemon.
Yeah, dude.
It just turn this into a Pokemon Pokecast.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I'm gonna start a new podcast, Whimsycast. Anyone down?
I'll guest star sometimes.
But you're already the worst guest, so I got to start with somebody else.
Okay, that's fine. Bring on Tom, dude.
Oh, Tom has absolutely no whimsy. Tom is like a walking
Zero
black
whimsy.
pill. No, none. I got to start with Gamer Corp. That's my dog.
Tom will come with a list of Pokemon that he would feel comfortable fornicating with. That's the problem you would have with Tom.
Can one of you guys? Can y'all share your screen? Can somebody share like Deadly Premonition gameplay? Because every time I share gameplay, my internet's crapping out. So I'm just gonna stay on the night.
Yeah, I can maybe do that.
So all right. So getting back to DP, just wanted to talk a little bit about the gameplay.
Getting back to DP. Interesting choice of phrase there.
What's DP?
Double penetration.
Double penetration.
Oh God, what?
Getting back to double penetration.
Dude,
see, the
guys,
chat was saying that you left to watch hentai, so this checks out.
Guys, I am such an innocent Christian young man. I didn't. DP means two things to me. There's DDP, Diamond Dallas Page, and there's Deadly Premonition. Those are the only DPs that I know of. Dude, do you guys watch porn? I think you guys watch a lot of porn. I think y'all watch too much porn. This is why.
Now there's a movie where they go into where there's a joke around DP being double penetration. No, it's a comedy. I just can't remember what it is.
Somebody said Andy going to heaven. The rest of us are cooked.
We're fucked, dude.
It's not fucking Orgasmo, is it? Is that the movie that's from? I can't remember. Might be.
All right, so getting back to DP, Deadly Premonition, double penetration, whatever. Wanted to talk a little bit about the gameplay. And in general, it's like I would say the shooting, it's sort of like a worse version of Resident Evil 4. But the level design and the dungeons are truly the most reprehensible thing in this game. And you can tell that they were added in at the end of the game because it's like, oh, hey, we're going to a house. Maybe we're investigating a crime. Is this house 3 rooms as it appears to be from the outside house? And then you're in the upside down world and it's a giant, massive dungeon you have to fight your way through. And it was just such boring bullshit. And then you have these quick time event fights that you have to do with the Raincoat Man. And so, God, dude, the fucking dungeons and the combat in this game is so bad.
Yeah, it's kind of cool conceptually though. Like it kind of fucks with you initially, but like, yeah, the controls are terrible and fighting the same enemy over and over and over again. And then also there's some times where like the enemies just infinitely respawn and you just kind of have to figure that out like 10,000 shots in and just say fuck this and run through to the next room.
Yeah, Sneed was confused about he didn't know that games sometimes have infinite enemy spawns. That's the first time he's seen that in a game.
Yeah, okay. I remember like playing through the intro and I'm like, how many of these fucking guys are there? and it was just like, just run past them. It's like, okay, yeah. Like I guess.
Yeah. No, I think the Dead Space was the last game recently that did that. And I was like, oh yeah, sometimes enemies just fucking keep respawning. So yeah, the quick time events were terrible. And the puzzles, like, give me like a hard puzzle. The puzzles in this game were pretty much like, pick this thing up and put it over here. Just terrible.
What was even a puzzle in this game? I remember the stupid like tree with the hands on it with the doorknob, and like I remember Trice was in Discord. He's like, "I'm at a tree with hands. What the fuck do I do?" And I was like, "Just shoot them."
Oh yeah, you shoot the hands. Yeah, you shoot the hands. Yeah, yeah. And then there's another quote puzzle where you shoot the apples off of the tree and then you attach those to picture frames, and it's like non-puzzles. Like it's not even like a real Resident Evil puzzle in this game. All right, so guys, moving on. I just want to finally kind of talk about the story and just do a high level kind of run through of the story of this game because I do think it is the best part of this game. Did anybody do any did anybody do any side quests?
I think
I did,
Trice
like-
did. I didn't do any of it.
I did 5 or 6.
Do you remember some of the highlights?
Yeah. So one of them was finding the dress. That was a fucking weird one where she has like a crash out when you give her the dress.
Oh, Anna. Yeah.
Anna's mom. Yeah. Trying to think. One of the side quests was buying 5 car washes from that lady, or 6 or whatever it was, so that you can get the striptease.
There's another lady roaming around, and I thought maybe she was just like a street hooker, like a street urchin, but she's an old lady who has a pot, and she's like, "My pot is getting cold. Will you give me a ride home?" And it's just the most boring side quest ever.
I remember seeing that lady in the theater, and she was like, "My pot's getting cold." And I was like, "Okay, like, what do I even say to this?
Yeah, you're supposed to give her a ride home.
Why she in a
Like,
movie
why you
theater with a
bringing your fucking beef stew to this theater? Like, what? Are you okay?"
no outside food, Grandma?
Yeah, pay $30 for popcorn like the rest of us.
Yeah, and there's like 5 missions where you have to help this lady with her pot. I'm curious if maybe there's something really weird and creepy at the end of it.
If she's boiling dogs or something.
Yeah.
Is she Asian? I didn't
No,
think so.
but they're Asian, the guys who made the game, so they were thinking about boiling dogs.
I don't
You
think
can immediately
Japanese are
tell
known
this-
for dog eating. They eat horses, though. They like eating old race horses.
Oh, dude, somebody said the pot lady is basically the log lady from Twin Peaks. The log lady. Everybody knows the log lady. Not really. All right, so I kind of just want to go through the story of this game and talk about the entertaining bits as we go, and then because I do think that the story kind of culminates in a pretty interesting way. So the game starts out, you're in a red room, and this is sort of a spoiler towards the end of the game, but both you guys watched the end of the game, right?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
So the ultimate evil person in this world, actually, there's a map of him on a map of the USA showing all of the towns that he has hit in the very first room of the game. And I thought that was pretty cool that they reference it that early.
I remember that. And that was like my first. I mean, are we going to say the guy's name?
Don't say his name, but yeah,
Good.
but it's a guy.
Okay. Yeah. I remember like paying attention to that. And then like there's that guy. Well, I can't like describe him because it would kind of give up too much if we're not doing spoilers.
You can describe him, just don't say names yet.
Okay. The fat guy holding the plant.
Right. Yeah.
And I remember he's like, "Oh, like I have this like sapling with like the red seeds or whatever, and I travel all around the country." And I'm like, "Oh, that's the guy." Like that's 100%.
Oh,
the guy.
wow, dude. Okay, so you caught it pretty early.
Super, like the first time meeting him. Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, that's the guy, 100%."
Yeah.
Or at least he's involved in some way, because I'm like, there's no way he's the actual like raincoat killer, because he's like a fat piece of shit. Like in the raincoat killer is like kind of normal build.
Yeah.
But there's the other guy involved that I won't say, and I didn't think it was him because I thought that guy was a little like stockier than the raincoat killer. The raincoat killer seemed a little like more slim.
Mm-hmm.
So that one actually like really surprised me. But fat boy with the plant did not.
Yeah. Who did you think it was going to be in the end?
I was following. Can I say names because like
Yeah, well, no,
person
yeah, because
isn't
we're
it?
just saying who you thought it was going to be in the end. We don't have to confirm it yet.
Well, I ended the game when I was like following Nick like up north, and I was like, okay, like this guy is either like super sus or he's just like having like an affair, and it's like a nothing burger.
Yeah.
But so I was like, maybe it's him. I don't know. But Fatty with the plant is 100% involved in like a major way. But the other guy, I didn't expect at all.
Yeah.
See, what's funny is I never got to Fatty in the plant, and I thought it was the other guy the whole time.
Okay. So the other guy who was actually the bad guy, who was actually behind it. So you fingered him pretty quick, Trice?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
You out there fingering dudes, Trice, huh?
I just
Finger banging dudes.
I just figured.
How'd you figure it out that early?
Well, I'm gonna have to give spoilers for this.
Okay, all right, guys, just shut the podcast off now if you don't want any spoilers.
But I'll give.
Nobody's
I'll give
gonna
him a
play
moment.
this game, guys. Nobody's gonna play this game. It's fine.
They
Just watch
should,
on
though.
YouTube.
They should.
No, they
play-
shouldn't. Watch on
they
YouTube.
No, they
Yeah.
should. Yeah, just watch
They
it on
shouldn't.
YouTube. Yeah.
Well, when I saw his back, yeah.
You figured it out that early.
Yeah, when he shows his back, I was like, oh, great. He's like abused by his mother.
Yep.
And that's how every serial killer is. So
Oh.
he's the killer. That's exactly where my mind went. The moment I saw his back, I was like, all right, he's probably the guy.
I didn't
Yeah.
place that it was like his mom or anything. Like I couldn't say that it came from childhood or anything necessarily, but that makes sense.
This
You
is
know,
where-
to be honest, like just because I was, being whatever, I was like, oh yeah, it's definitely the gay guy. Like it's definitely what's his name? Thomas?
Dude, that's something so based about
Oh, I figured
yeah,
Thomas
Thomas.
was involved too.
He
just
was also
because-
like the first on scene when Becky died. And I was like, oof, nah, he was already there. That's sus.
I mean, Thomas was involved, right? To a degree.
just because he was George's like little lover boy.
Yeah, the only thing I know about Tom's involvement is him being in a dress at the end.
Yeah, hang on, guys. We'll get to that. So the game starts off, and you're basically in a red room.
It's like another Tom we know.
Got him, gay Tom. So yeah, you start off in a red room, and there's these two little twins talking like angels, looking like angels, but they don't even at the end of the game, those two little boys don't die. So I was trying to figure out, why are those two little boys angels? Did anybody ever figure that out?
Oh yeah. Well, you go ahead, Sneed. But
No, I
hear it.
didn't. I was going to say, no, I'm retarded. I didn't figure that out.
They can see what he sees. What?
Oh, so that they're kind of like Zach.
Yeah, they can peer into the other dimension or realm or wherever it is he goes. That's at least what I got from it, is that they're open to that, and that's why they saw her as a goddess when she was hanging from the tree,
Right.
and all that. And the other explanation is that thing with the rain.
Mm-hmm.
Like most of the townspeople avoid the rain because it makes them psychotic, right?
Right. Because of the poisoning of the town, which we'll talk about in a minute.
But our agent doesn't understand that, so he's basically going out in the rain and poisoning himself the entire time.
Yeah.
So that has something to do with it too.
So the first scene we see of York is he's like talking in the car to himself on his laptop, looking at these weird red seeds, and this is just like a full Zach York moment. Like, okay, this guy's a complete weirdo. Like, what are we getting into? So he crashes into the car, and he crashes his car. He wakes up in the forest, and he's chased by the raincoat killer. And then the next day he sees, or actually when he comes out of the forest, he sees George and Emily. And then you spend the first day at the hotel, and you meet Polly. And then you go to the sheriff's office, and you start this. And then you're basically introduced as York and this FBI agent who's investigating this crime of that Anna was murdered. And the first thing you do when you go to the sheriff office was this ridiculous key search. Do y'all remember this?
Yeah, I hated
Yeah.
Tom immediately. It's like, oh, that's not a such and such. Like that's like a different type of squirrel. I'm like, you know what the thing was? I tried to shoot him. He pissed me the fuck off. I
Tried to shoot him.
I was like, oh, dude, I'm pumping this dude full of lead. This shit's pissing me off. But you can't actually kill anyone. Like you'll get like a penalty or whatever, like to your money, and he'll just like kind of freak out and cower for a second.
Yeah.
But I was just like, fuck, dude. Like I really wanted to like mag dump this guy for making me do this.
It's like, that's not a squirrel, it's a sugar glider, you silly Billy. And then you have to go back to-
exactly. Dude, in the first time he runs up to you, in the way his arms are like at his side when he's running, it's like, dude, I love it when a base Japanese game is like, yeah, this guy's a total Fruit Loop, isn't he hilarious? Just like funny evil gay guy. Such a great Japanese stereotype. So you go to the sheriff office, you meet these weirdos. The first thing you do after that is you go to the hospital to investigate Anna's death, and you meet this black doctor named Usha. which kind of sounds like Usher.
It's like Usher. Yeah, I noticed that too. I was like, what are they doing? Like,
Yeah.
what are we doing here, dude?
Yeah, what are we doing here, guys? And then this is your first dungeon is in the hospital, and this was the point where I was like, oh yeah, this game's gonna fucking suck. And they don't really explain the purple around the people and why they're coming out of the ground. Although I think, did everybody get up to speed on the poisoning of the town stuff?
No, the stuff that I watched at the end that you told us to see, I don't think
it didn't have that. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about it in a minute here, but one of the pivotal things that happens is that there's a military experiment on the town where the town gets poisoned, and it was like this gas, and so it's kind of implied in the dungeon areas that there's this purple smoke that people are rising out of, and so they're like all the people who got killed in the town. So the zombies that you're killing in the upside down world are like maybe the people who were killed in the gas attack. So
yeah,
interesting.
Yeah. You also forgot to mention that, like, when you meet the doctor, that's the first puzzle in the game. He makes you do that chess puzzle.
Oh yeah, you have to do Usha's chess puzzle.
That puzzle was so dog shit because it was like, oh, like Rook meets Bishop and such and such crosses overnight or whatever. And I thought it was like going to be in some kind of like particular order. And I was like, okay, this is interesting. And when I failed it a few times, I'm like, okay, like fuck this. I'm Googling it. Like, what am I doing wrong? And it literally just wanted you to place them in the order in which they were mentioned. And I'm like, that is the lamest puzzle ever.
Yeah, that's not a puzzle, guy.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
I gave it too much credit.
Yeah. So after the hospital, you go to the site of Anna's killing, and this is the first time that profiling happens. And did anybody like the profiling thing in this game?
I
thought it was a waste of time.
I think it would have been better if they limited it to when you had all of the clues and you just did it once. Every time you pick a clue up, it wants to profile. And
Exactly.
It's dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was really only worth doing when you got all the clues. Because otherwise you're just getting bits and pieces of things that like don't actually matter in the moment.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's so like not interesting when you pick the things up because it's like, oh, a piece of hair and a button and a whatever. Okay, obviously these things are going to lead me to the murderer somehow, but it's not like, it's just not done in an interesting way at all.
Well, the images that they show you too have nothing to do with the items you've picked up.
Right.
So that's another problem. It's like you're profiling, like they're flashing you with all these sort of like shock type images, but they have it's not connected. So like, why are you doing it this way? You should show like the heel. It should show me like when you pick up the heel around the murder scene, it should show you like a woman in the heels walking in the grass there or something.
Right.
Like it should be the stages of what he's picking up as he's picking up these clues, but it doesn't do that. So I that was a huge miss for me.
Right. Yeah. And there's something about a game like this. It's like, why? Like I liked the open world thing of going around and investigating clues and all that stuff. But it's like, if I know that the main quest is just going to take me there anyway, why would I be paying attention to clues? Like this isn't even a good detective game because it just kind of solves the case for me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's like, no, 100%. It's not like LA Noire where you have to like piece them together like mentally and like compare that with what people you're interrogating are saying.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't do any of that.
Right. And you can get it wrong. You could like if you don't have all the evidence or you have the wrong evidence or you use the right evidence in the wrong way in LA Noire, like you'll fail the case. Or actually, I don't think you can fail the case, but like sometimes you'll send the wrong person to jail.
Right. Yeah. And like this game has no like error like to it at all. It's very linear.
Yeah. And like I never played them much, but I remember the Sherlock games were like actually pretty hard to figure out. Like you had to look closely at the clues and then they're pretty tough to figure out some of those crimes.
It's like somebody gave you. It's like putting together a puzzle by finding all the pieces hidden around a room, but then somebody else just puts the puzzle together for you. You don't actually have to put like a.
It makes it kind of mindless in a way. You don't really have to think about it.
Yeah. So you go to the first murder site, which is this lumber yard. I don't even want to talk about it. It's just a giant annoying dungeon. So next up comes probably one of the best parts of the game, which is on.
I would like to discuss Lumberyard briefly.
Okay, go ahead.
Only because that
Bryce sounded like he was going to throw his controller through a fucking wall.
It is the worst dungeon I have ever played in any game ever. It sucks. It's totally linear. There's like no real exploration at all. On top of that, it's just endless shooting the exact same enemy over and over again. They're all bullet sponges.
Yeah.
And
I just ran around them, dude. I just ran around every enemy in this game if I could.
There's an ultra gay hiding mechanic.
Oh yeah, you hold your breath.
Yep. Which, by the way, that holding your breath thing, useless in the rest of the game. Like the only time, I mean, they mention at the beginning of the game that like they can't see you if you hold your breath, but like,
who cares?
Yeah. I mean, so what? I'm just gonna like slow crawl. I mean, you already move slowly enough as it is.
Yeah, dude, I feel bad for the person who slow breathed their way through this game.
Oh, I know. And on top of it, if you hold your breath long enough, you just die.
Yeah.
Wait, could you hold your breath like outside of those moments it told you to?
Yes. Yeah, you could do it whenever you wanted.
Why?
Why?
Because they can't see you when you hold your breath, Sneed Cola.
That's so gay. Who cares? Like,
wait, are you asking? Can you just like randomly hold your breath in the town?
I don't know. Even in like the dungeons, like I guess I never
in
tried
the dungeons
it.
you can. Yeah,
you can. Yeah. There's no point to it though. Like you have endless ammo. Why would you fool around with holding your breath?
Yeah, that's why I never even thought to try it.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
So and then the quick time event when you're running away from the Axeman, it's just endless. The most endless, like annoying one failure and you're fucked quick time event. And it's just it's dumb.
Yeah. So the next chapter of the game is pretty good. It's the get to know the town chapter, which is what's on screen here. I remember this was the first time I noticed I had flies and I was like, oh, this is embarrassing. So I had to go back to the hotel and bathe and then come back. This is every single character in the town right here. And one thing that I did really like that this game does is it shows you at all times where every person in the town is on the map. It shows you exactly where they are. And you can even cycle through them. And there's a big icon that shows you, okay, this person is driving by you right now. And this is sort of the first part of the game where you can see everybody in one room. Did anybody have any funny conversations at this point?
That is only in the director's cut, I think, because mine did not have people on the map. You could not find them that way.
Oh, yeah, I guess okay.
Yeah, it didn't have that functionality. The map in the original game is useless.
I don't think I had any funny dialogue in any of these conversations here, but I do. The only one I really remember is the guy who called himself the general or whatever, because York talks himself. He's like, interesting. He calls himself the general, but his patch says he was only a sergeant or whatever, which was kind of funny. But I never talked to that guy again, so I don't know even where he was.
He works at the junkyard. You can go buy cars from him.
Oh, that's where you get extra cars. That's cool.
Yeah. Some of the cars are cool because the cop cars are super slow. So I bought a car and then I ended up never using it because it spawns at the police station. And I was like almost never at the police station. So I just never drove it.
That's super fucking annoying.
Why does it spawn at your hotel where you're staying?
No, dude. Can't make sense.
I never went back to the hotel either. I never made it back there. I would just find anywhere close on the map to sleep at.
Yeah. Just like there's so many random spots to sleep. I mean, you have to go back to the
on this in this shed on like some horse farm.
This kind of reminds me of Indigo Prophecy. That's actually a pretty good game that I enjoyed playing a couple hours of. I'd like. I might do that for the podcast.
Indigo Prophecy is really cool. I haven't beaten it. I think I got maybe halfway through. Really cool game. Something I've always wanted to play all the way through.
Yeah, dude. One of the guys who worked on those what was his name? David Cage. Who's the guy who made all those games?
The Quantic Dream guy. Yep.
Yeah, dude. One of the high up guys who worked at Quantic Dream. He and I have talked some on Discord about like based games and stuff, and I can't officially. Oh, this guy's awesome, but he and I have messaged and talked on Discord some.
Well, he did have Ellen Page in one of his games. I wonder how he feels about Ellen Page now.
Oh yeah, dude. Apparently, this guy told me that David Cage himself is actually like pretty normal and not woke, and it was just all the new young crop of annoying ass millennials coming in that were the kind of made the studio a little bit woke. Apparently, David Cage is actually pretty normal guy.
It's good to know. People are also talking about Heavy Rain and stuff too. I don't know if you guys have played many of those games, but Heavy Rain is really good.
Dude, I wouldn't mind playing Heavy Rain at all.
You've never tried it though?
No, I've never played it.
Ooh, Heavy Rain's good. Yeah, that's what we should definitely do. I'm really interested to see like if you'll know who the bad guy is beforehand, what ending you guys will get. Yeah, that's what we should definitely do.
Dude, I don't think Trice can handle the gameplay though, because the gameplay is terrible.
The gameplay is like 80% quick time events, so Trice can be very upset.
I mean, it can't be worse than this.
No, I mean, they're actually responsive. So no,
yeah.
They're at least not like badly done.
Dude, what is Pokemon except for quick time events?
Those are not quick time.
Hit A to throw your ball. That's a quick time event.
That's just an input.
Yeah, it's not a quick.
Nice try. Nice try.
Nice try. Okay, so you meet everybody from the town, and then immediately after this, your whole team goes to the diner, and you're hanging out with your diner people, and York just tells everybody some creepy stuff about the murders he's investigated. The next day, you wake up at the hotel, and you meet Forrest Kaysen, who is this fat redneck dude. And he always has this little dog with him, and he's always carrying around a red sapling, which is strange because of the red tree that was at the beginning of this game.
Can I just say something super quick? So, we're talking about spoilers, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the main baddie, and I clocked him immediately. But something that was super creepy. Do you guys remember, obviously, the two twin boys or whatever? Like, do you remember talking to his parents and they're like, "Oh yeah, we just let him take them out and go play"? I'm like, dude. What the fuck kind of parents are these? That shit is so creepy.
Yeah, and because the dude's super evil. Well, so they can see. So the kids can see into the supernatural world or something.
Yeah, he's probably been dosing them with whatever it is.
With the red seeds, yeah.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
Yeah, but those kids are angels in the red room. Why would two angels want to hang out with the personification of Satan? I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know. All I know is those are not good parents. That's fucking super weird.
Yeah. So you meet Forrest Kaysen for the first time, and then this is the first time you go to the Muse Gallery. You head back into town, and this is your first time going to the A&G Diner. You meet Olivia and Nick. And Nick is the kind of this cook in the back, and he's just mad all the time. And I clocked him immediately. It's okay, this is not the dude. The game is trying to make me think that this is the dude, but this is clearly not the dude. And then the funny interaction about the Sinner's Sandwich happens, where gas mask guy, who I thought I like the character design of the gas mask guy. What did y'all think?
Yeah, I thought he looked cool.
Yeah, it was kind of cool and mysterious. Other than that cuck that he always has with him, and he says what he says. So says Mr. What was his fucking name?
Yeah, Harry. What's his last name?
That's gonna bother me. Well, we find out later what his real last name is, but
Harry. So says Mr. Stewart.
Yes. Fuck that guy. I hated him.
So says this. He was also the only Asian in the game. So the Deadly, the developers putting themselves in there.
Well,
Yeah,
I
that's
saw a funny thing. I saw early footage of what this game, because the game had a different name at some point during its development.
Yeah, it was called Rainy Woods.
And everyone was Asian in the game originally.
They were like add a shitty third person shooting and make people American, and boom,
Yeah.
It's gonna sell like hotcakes now.
They were like, come in here with the whitewash.
Right, come in here with the whitewash.
You can definitely tell York was supposed to be Asian because of the way he holds his cigarette. No American holds their cigarette like that.
That's true. Accurate.
So yeah, the Sinner's sandwich thing was weird. What was it? It was like a sandwich with cereal and jam on it.
Some like overly sweet, like weird goy slap shit.
Is this
Dude.
like a known thing, the Sinner's sandwich?
I don't think so.
No, okay.
Dude,
Does anyone here have the nuts to try one and tell me if it's good?
Yeah.
There was so much cursed food in this game. Like, I don't know if you the picture of the turkey sandwich you keep picking up. That's so fucking rotten looking, dude.
Yeah.
It's just sick. Like, I can't believe
Yeah,
it.
it was like black inside. I don't it was like a bad 3D model that they didn't finish or something.
I don't know what's going on with it, but yeah, there's like some purple shit in there, and I'm like, that is no turkey sandwich I've ever seen.
Somebody said, why he run like gay? I guess they mean York. Maybe York runs a little gay. If you think York runs gay, then you're definitely gonna think Thomas runs gay.
Yeah, everyone runs like a Welshman in this game.
A Welshman. So next up happens the second sacrifice at Becky's house. And I thought it was very interesting. So when you finally get to Becky and she's like tied up with all those metal wires, it's pretty interesting that George is the one who accidentally, quote, kills all these people at the last minute.
That was my first clue that was like super fucking suspicious. That like York was like, no, don't do it. And then he just like did it anyway. Like you could probably say that was like misguided and thinking like York was wrong and him trying to save her. Like you could reasonably come to that conclusion. But I was like, oh man, like this is a little egregious. I don't know.
Right. But then the exact same thing happens at the Muses gallery and he accidentally kills that woman too. And it's like, oh, okay, this is getting real suspicious.
Yeah, I didn't get that far. That would have tipped me off for sure.
Yeah.
Just a quick thing from the chat. Surf says, of course, the doctor is African. And it is true. The doctor is black. But the funny part is during examining the body, York absolutely mogs him and then puts him in his place. So it's something that he treats him like a bitch.
He does. Yeah,
the whole time.
Yeah.
So like that would never happen in a game now, and that was like I laughed my ass off.
Dude, he does get mogged. He does mog because what is Usha is like he's trying to so the Black Doctor is trying to like shed some light on the case, basically, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he basically tries to profile the guy, and York steps in and goes, he's like, yeah, you might think that. He's like, but you're wrong. And then he goes through and does it himself. And then at the end, he goes, mind if I examine the body myself? So not only does he tell him that he's a bitch, for trying to profile and getting it wrong, but then he also does Usha's job for him, which is completely embarrassing.
Yeah, he's
So
like. He's like, I'm the FBI investigator here, so no offense, but I don't trust you. I don't trust you at all.
I like that. I thought that shit was fucking based.
He also tells him how to finish his chess game, which irritates him too.
Yeah, dude, what makes York based more than anything is that he like he's the opposite of a simp for Emily. Like he is such a dick to Emily, and she is like obsessed with him. And whatever a simp is, that's the opposite of it, and it's based.
I don't know if he's like going out of his way not to simp. I think he's just like way too autistic to even realize.
He is unapologetically himself.
He's like an autistic schizophrenic. Like he has any idea.
And she's like, "That's the hottest guy I've ever seen."
Dude, he really
autistic schizos have all the luck, huh?
Dude, Dude, he really is an autist. Zach is truly just autistic.
Oh yeah.
Is this the first like super blatantly obvious autistic main character in any game?
Autism W. Yeah. Just like in the middle of a conversation, putting your hand to your ear and then talking to your split personality.
Yeah.
What? Go ahead.
So I was going to say the funny thing is that York, if we're doing spoilers,
Yeah.
York is just a performance in the end because he's not even the real guy. The real guy is the person he's talking to the whole time.
Zach.
Yeah, Zach is the real him.
Yeah.
I didn't fully understand what the fuck was going on with that. Like even when I watched the ending.
Yeah.
Well, he basically
Surf just said both have to agree to beg her.
Yeah.
We'll explain the split personality thing at the end because it's a pretty cool reveal at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Okay, so what did y'all think? Did y'all get to the part where at the end of a chapter you have to like review and answer the questions correctly?
Yeah, and like he was
So stupid.
addressing Zach like in that time.
Yeah.
And I was thinking like the whole time I was like, is Zach like a stand-in for the player? Like, is he talking to me? Like, is this like a fourth wall thing? But also like that was kind of stupid. It's like a quiz. Like, were you paying attention? It's like, fuck you.
Fuck you. Yeah. No. Yeah. A lot of people have said that Zach is the player and is a stand-in, which I think that's pretty cool.
I think that is the path they try to lead you down before the reveal at the end. But yeah. I think that's viewing it that way for the beginning of the game. It makes it interesting because it's like you're his imaginary friend or whatever who lives in his head.
Yeah.
But then you find out that's not the case. Right.
All right. So the next day you wake up, you go back to the Muses gallery, which is very sus. And you've got this weird bitch, Diane, who she like immediately wants to sleep with York, and in his typical based fashion, he's like, no, I'm just here to investigate a case, you bitch. I don't want to sleep with you. But she's like, oh, please sleep with me. And also you encounter Forrest Kaysen at the Muses gallery, but he has been locked in a underground cellar by Diane. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm just down here. She does that. She locks me in the basement sometimes. And so another red flag for Forrest Kaysen.
Yeah. I guess what they're implying is that she like, I don't know. It's like some sort of dominatrix.
For sure.
Yeah. Relationship.
Wasn't that was in the Big Lebowski? There was that chick who made art who was like some kind of weird dominatrix in the Big Lebowski, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe referencing that.
Yeah, or like, well, in Japan, there's a whole there's a whole thing. The dominatrix thing is big in Japan, where like men like getting stepped on with heels and like kicked in the balls and shit like that.
Oh yeah,
I mean it happens here too, but I feel like they're more like aware of it in their pop culture than we are. Although you do see it here from time to time. I think there it's far more common for that theme to be expressed.
Yeah. So you go to the Muses gallery, and Diane gets strung up, and she's sort of attached to the ceiling, and this big thing is about to fall over, and Emily almost gets killed, and Diane almost gets killed. And who accidentally kills Diane at the end except for George? So big surprise there. Oh, we got a chat. Crusader JBZ says, love this podcast. You guys should do one of these for Until Dawn. Rest in peace, Hayden Panettiere. Yeah, that was unfortunate.
Is she in that?
Yeah.
Yeah. She was in the game.
Yep. Yeah, I would. We could do that one. That's all QuickTime events too, isn't it?
Yeah. We don't want to become the QuickTime event podcast, though.
Yeah, I'm sure we could find a million reasons to shit on it, though. So it might make for a good. It might make for a good podcast.
It was. I think I played half of it with my wife. It's very like teen horror movie, and it's like pretty entertaining.
Yeah.
All right. So moving on to the next chapter here, I'm just gonna kind of summarize all these because the next part is you go to Harry's house, and Harry is the guy with the gas mask who's like owns the whole town. and you have to come back to him a couple times because he doesn't really give you any information the first time, and he sends you off in several different places, and every time you come back to his house, the house is like rearranged and there's like a new puzzle you have to solve, and the puzzles are really dumb, but it's cool that his house turns into a puzzle every time you do it. So the last thing that you do is he asks you to go to the police department and get these files from something that was decommissioned that happened in the 50s. And he says, hey, bring those back to me. And this is kind of one of the big reveals in the game. Harry is one of the only original members of the town because basically everyone died. The US government was experimenting on Greenvale in the 1950s. In the 50s, the seeds from this red tree were used to create a gas that would cause people to go crazy. In the midst of this craziness was Harry's father, who was the original Raincoat Killer. You also find out that some of the gas used in the town to make people go crazy was soaked into the ground, and trace amounts of it come out when it rains. And so this is why Harry is always wearing a mask, because he doesn't want to get infected by the red stuff that comes out of the ground when it rains. And Harry wants to help you find out who the new Raincoat Killer is. And so one of the cool things that this game does is all the people who seem normal end up being evil. And then the one dude who seems evil ends up being normal, which I think is a cool thing that the game does.
Yeah. Well, I mean, sort of. He happens to be related to both Raincoat Killers. So, you know.
Yeah. So moving on, Thomas is still missing. And everybody starts to think Thomas is the Raincoat Killer. You go to Thomas's apartment and you find like a wig and all this shit, and he's been dressing in drag, and the dude is totally mentally ill. And I love that they made, the one of the villains in the game gay. I think it's very based of a Japanese game to do that.
Yeah. I mean, doesn't he also have a giant crush on York?
Oh, totally. Yeah, he's totally crushing for York.
Yeah.
Next up, there's a scene where you find Kaysen's dog Willie, and you have to chase his dog. And it's one of these dumbass Fallout 4 type quests where you just have to follow somebody wherever they lead you. And that terrible song is playing while you're chasing Willie. So moving on to chapter 19, you chase a red figure. It's either Willie or the red figure leads you to the Galaxy of Terror bar, which quite a few scenes of the game have happened in at this point. There's like I remember there was a scene where like Emily shows up and she's dressed really sexy when you're at the Galaxy of Terror. But you go into the Galaxy of Terror and it turns into another weird dungeon, but you're eventually led downstairs in the Galaxy of Terror. And there's like a weird S&M bondage sex dungeon down there. So the next chapter is called Catfight. And it's called Catfight because Thomas is they're implying that Thomas is a woman and Emily is a woman, and they're going to be fighting. So it's called Catfight. Base Japanese devs. So Thomas has escaped to the clock tower, and you get these like scenes where there's a bag. I don't know how he overpowered. Oh, we got a super chat. John Ratcliffe, what's your take on GTA 6 leaks, such as the jiggle physics being crazy? Are they trying to make it look phenomenal to replace bad writing? Dude, I think GTA 6 is going to go full on with the violence and full on with the sex, but it's not really an edgy game anymore because they're not going to call anybody, the F slur for being gay. They're not going to make fun of the LGBTQ mafia. They're not going to make fun of trans people. And so apparently they're going to have very graphic gay sex in the game. And so, GTA 6 can throw all this quote edgy light, woke light stuff in, but it's still just a sanitized version of GTA to me because it has leftist politics. What do y'all think?
Yeah, I think that what you're going to get is you're going to get a life sim online mode eventually, which is what I think is going to get played for years.
Yeah,
because that's what most people play GTA 5 for at this point, right? Is the online. So I don't think the story mode. Basically, they're building a platform for their online game for when that comes out. Yeah. I think that's really what they're putting all the work into, and it's less about what the story is or any of that. So, I mean, all the streamers who are, GTA streamers, and they all like to do that, that GTA RP shit and all
Yeah.
that. I mean, that's what this is for.
Yeah,
I
totally.
that's my feeling.
Yeah, there's nothing edgy about GTA anymore. It's just soft, sanitized slop now.
Yep.
Okay, so you chase Thomas to the clock tower. Oh, look at this chick on the screen. This was the chick that washes your car. So
Yeah, she's
pretty hot.
yeah.
So you chase Thomas to the clock tower, and he's like, somehow at the time you have like a bag on your head, and it's cut in. It's actually Emily is saving York in the clock tower, and it cuts to shots of York still being tied up. And I don't know how Thomas tied him up, but he did. And so you get to the top of the clock tower, and you're playing as Emily, and Emily ends up saving York, and you have to like shoot Thomas at the right time, and Thomas gets his ass impaled on a spike, which was pretty funny, I thought.
Yeah.
So coming down to some of the final scenes of the game, you go to, I can't remember what happens, but you somehow end up back at the sheriff's office, and you go down to one of the jail cells in the sheriff's office, and you find this like place where a ritual or some kind of a seance would happen, and you start to put the pieces together that George is the guy who's behind all this. And somewhere in there, you make the mistake of handing off Emily. I think Emily gets wounded, and Forrest Kaysen, of course, comes out of nowhere and says, "Hey, I'll take Emily to a hospital." And he specifically says to you, like, "Okay, but I'm not responsible for her if something happens to her." And York is like, "Oh, that's fine." And it was like the dumbest thing you could have done. You should have never given Emily to York, to Kaysen. So basically what happens next, kind of getting into the final spoilers of the game, is you fight George behind the police station, and you find out that he is the raincoat killer. He's like completely roided out, and he does like a, what's it called in Dragon Ball? He goes Super Saiyan. And he's like hopped up on the red seeds, and it's making him like super strong, and you have a fight with him. And
he looks like some kind of a Japanese demon.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, he looks like some kind of a Japanese demon. And I can't remember where it is that you find out, but basically all of the women who were killed in this game, Diane, Anna, and Becky, they were all like, guys, despite this game being like goofy on the surface, it gets really dark. This game gets really, really dark once you actually find out the story, because what you find out is George is essentially a rapist, and he's been drugging all these girls, and he's been drugging them with these red seeds, because these red seeds have some kind of drug effect. And he even makes gay ass Thomas his bitch. And so he's basically has just a sex dungeon where he rapes these women, and I guess they get drugs out of it, and so they're into it, but it's just really, really sad and dark.
Yeah.
And so yeah, so that's what the dungeon underneath the Night of Terror bar was. So you have a big fight with George at the end, and of course you find out Trice, just like you said, he was abused by his mother, and he talks about power being like the only thing that really matters, and this is like his way of taking back power from being abused by his mom, is now he needs to abuse people. And in real life, it's pretty common, like people who were abused become abusers, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't
he mention the child abuse though earlier in the game too, when you meet him at the bar?
Oh, he says his dad wasn't around,
and his mom would find reasons to hit him for basically anything.
Yeah, I think he goes into that at the bar.
Yeah, so that's like pretty early on. I think.
Yeah. So you end up defeating George, and we haven't even gotten to the worst part of the game yet. We haven't gotten into the big bad yet. So the final chapter of the game is that you chase Kaysen. You wake up in a hospital after fighting George, and you chase Kaysen down to George's house, and you find out Kaysen and George were working together. But Kaysen, the fat redneck guy, was sort of the mastermind behind all of this. And you show up to this theater where Kaysen has Emily, and Kaysen has planted one of his creepy trees in Emily's body. And basically, dude, this is another reason I'm like reticent to recommend this game, because Emily dies at the end of the game, and it is such a freaking bummer.
Yeah.
Dude, it's like sucks that yeah, you know, he plants this tree or whatever. I mean, it's insane. It doesn't make any sense. Like a tree doesn't grow on people's body, but the way it kind of, you know, takes over this person's body, it's just really disgusting.
Yeah, and isn't the like you're told to she asks you to kill her?
Right, because I think they give you the option there. It's like shoot yourself, shoot Kaysen, or shoot her. And then shooting her is actually the only option, because she's got this tree plant in her.
Yeah.
And and also there's some kind of connection, because throughout the game Kaysen was saying, oh yeah, I've got these little saplings, I'm the only one who knows how to make them grow. And he's saying that he needs a human body, because they use George's mom to do that. And now they're using Emily to do that. And so the only way for this red tree to be or to take root and grow is, I guess, you have to basically sacrifice a human to do it.
Yeah. And if I remember correctly, you even if you try to shoot her, York can't do it anyway. He like misses on purpose. And then doesn't she rip the tree out herself?
Yeah, I think I think she rips it out and she just bleeds everywhere.
So she really like, I mean, it's kind of a badass moment, because she like knows she's cooked anyway. So she just rips the tree out and kills herself.
Yeah.
Basically disemboweling herself.
Yeah. But dude, if you think about it though, how like, you know, Kaysen, well, here, I'll just get to the end of the game here. So Kaysen's planted one of these trees in Emily, and she has to die. And then also what happens here is Zach and York, I can't remember if this is where York kills himself, but Zach and York get split back into two different people here, and his hair turns white. And so you have to fight Kaysen, and Kaysen is not even the ultimate demon. Kaysen is just like being controlled by the ultimate demon or something. And there's these absurd scenes where you're running around and this Kaysen, the demon, is chasing you, and you face off like against this giant Kaysen. And then that's basically the end of the game.
Yeah, I think, well, isn't that right before you fight Kaysen and your hair turns white? Isn't that where they reveal what actually happened with York's parents?
Yeah. Do you want to talk? Yeah. Do you want to talk about that?
I mean, yeah, I can give the rundown. So effectively what happened is at the beginning of the game, York talks about how his father, he remembers his father basically having like a PTSD episode and murdering his mother, and then himself. But when he is dealing with Kaysen, he remembers that scene, and Kaysen is there.
Yes.
And his mother has the plant in her abdomen in a very similar fashion to the way that Emily was. And she asks his father to shoot her, but his father can't do it. And the tree sucks the life out of her, and she turns into like a desiccated corpse right in front of him.
Yep.
And then I can't remember, does Kaysen kill his father? Is that what happens next, or does his father kill himself?
York's father shoots himself, and then Kaysen sort of lunges at Zach, and that's where he gets right. That's where Zach gets his scars from.
That's right. And then that's when York, the York character, is created.
Yes.
And that's where the scars come from. One theory that I read is that you actually look like that the whole game, You don't look like York, which is why everyone is calling you Scarface, because the scars are much more pronounced once your white hair comes out, and
Oh.
so that's why they're calling you like Detective Scarface and stuff wherever you
And
go.
it doesn't make it right, and it doesn't make sense because it's like the scars don't seem to be that bad.
Yeah, he says, "Oh, it's a little scar or whatever," and then when you see him later, I mean, the scar is basically, it runs from his chin all the way up to his fucking ear.
Oh,
So
that's interesting. So you're seeing a different version of yourself.
yes, so like this is the version that you see with the dark hair and the tiny scar. That is not what everyone else sees. That's the theory I read anyway, is that the gray-haired version with the much more pronounced scar is what everyone else is seeing, and that's part of the reason why people find York so unsettling.
Yeah. An unbelievably delicious turkey sandwich.
Oh, dude, what is that purple mystery meat on there, dude? What the fuck is that?
Yeah, but that I do think that that's really cool though, how as tragic and sad and crazy as it is, his mom died the same way that Emily died, from this stupid red sapling tree. And the entire dichotomy of York and Zach was created as a trauma response out of him seeing his parents killed in front of him.
Yep. And one of the things I remember him saying at the end is that York is with Emily now.
Yeah.
And that York always gets the girl, and Zach is very sad about that. So,
But it's cool. It's cool to think about Zach or York or whoever's with Emily now. It's like, okay, he did get the girl at the end of the game. So that's kind of cool.
I mean, yeah, I guess. Yeah. I mean, isn't there a scene in like in the other world with York and Emily eating at a diner that in like a different place?
Yeah, maybe there is. You stop, you've got the Asian guy driving you, and you stop in the woods and you see like, oh, there's the ghosts over there, and you see, it's like heaven or something.
Yeah. So it's odd that York is in heaven since he was never a real person. So that's a question for another day.
Right. Well, it was too yeah, I guess he was like a fake, he was like a split personality that was inside York's body.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so now he's gone on to heaven.
So.
No, dude, but the other thing that was really chilling about this game when you think about it was like, and I, this is obviously not a Christian game, but I do think this game has a very Christian like viewpoint on things, because think about it, who's the good guy? The good guy is Zach and York, and the bad guy is Kaysen, and he's literally Satan. And what is Satan trying to do? He's trying to use the womb and the offspring of women. And dude, you think about this shit going on with Lindsay Clancy right now.
Oh,
and
man.
all this stuff about like these loony liberal women, like freezing their eggs and not wanting to have kids and killing their own children and all this stuff. And it's like, dude, that is what Satan wants to do. Satan wants to, that's why Satan goes after women. He doesn't go after men, because if Satan can deceive women, and and you think of like abortion, and you think of like in the Bible, like what was the name of the weird god and the weird fake god in the Old Testament that they sacrificed the babies to?
Oh, Moloch?
Molech, yeah. Molech in the Old Testament that they would sacrifice babies to and all this shit. Like this game is really dark, but it's also like a little bit biblical in the sense that like Satan wants babies, and Satan wants life, and Satan wants like the offspring of women. And it's there's definitely a lot of parallels to our society today, where Satan still wants to get control of women, and there's something like sacred and powerful. It's like, dude, it's like God gave us life and we don't even realize what we have. And these liberal women, it's like these liberal women need to realize that like the fact you can fucking create life is the greatest, most important thing you will ever do in your life. And and liberal women just throw it away, and they're just like, oh no, I'd rather go on trips, and I'd rather go to Starbucks, and I'd rather like have fun with my girlfriends. It's like, you dumb bitch. Like, creating a child is the most important thing you can ever do in your life, and you're just throwing it away, and you don't think it has any value.
Yeah. Well, I think that like a good 80% of our problems have to do with women's unconditional love being channeled towards groups that don't make any sense. And I think that is a direct result of them not having families and not having children anymore, and just having careers and experiences. So they have this capacity for unconditional love that's supposed to be directed to their children, and instead it's being directed towards things like animal rights or the environment or immigrants or whatever fucking thing you can come up with. And that's like 80% of our problems.
Yeah, dude, we've allowed, everybody talks about suicidal empathy. And it's like, where do y'all think that comes from? That doesn't come from men. I mean, it might come from these gay, cucked, millennial, liberal men, but they're the ones who act like women anyway. Like, it doesn't, tolerance and letting people in the country who want to kill you, that doesn't come from men. That comes from women.
Yeah. Well, the women are directing their suicidal empathy, which should be directed towards their children, by the way. I mean, they should be willing to die for their children, right?
Right.
They're directing that towards groups that they shouldn't. And then the men who want to sleep with them, they just parrot that because they know it'll get them laid. And that's what it is. I mean, it's a mating strategy for men, and for women, it's this uncontrollable need to mother something. So it's just, everything's all fucked up. You get the women to start thinking right again, you'll get all these like mating strategy weirdos to start acting conservative again, because it all comes down to them just trying to get their dick wet. I mean, that's really what it is.
Yeah. No, dude, that's a great point though, about like, women are supposed to have empathy towards their children, and they don't have children anymore. So now they direct it at their dogs, and they direct it at society. And they're like, oh, don't you feel, let those Ethiopian immigrants, those fucking Arab degenerates, come across the border and kill everybody. So they direct their empathy just at the world, because, and God meant them to direct it towards their children.
Yep. I mean, yeah, even if you're not a religious person, biologically, I mean, you could argue that they are meant to direct that towards their children and literally no one else, right?
Towards no one else, yeah.
Because it's a survival strategy. But, as Christians, we all believe that survival strategy, that was given to us by God, right? So obviously that's, you're commanded to love your children in that way if you're a woman. And if you never have children, then you end up loving something that doesn't deserve that love that way. And that's the, like I said, I hate to repeat myself, but I really think that this is the root of most Western problems.
Yeah. They directed at dogs.
Yeah. I mean, anything, dude. Some directed at their fucking garden. They're like growing carrots in the city, and they're like, their fucking community garden is the most important thing in the world. I'd rather see that though than
letting migrants across the border.
Yeah, than letting lots of combat aged men across the border to rape and pillage Western cities. That one bothers me just a bit more than like the crazy lady who gives too many shits about her garden.
Yeah. Runway is on our Discord. He said women have been told for 3 generations that family is evil, so their maternal instincts are misdirected at popular / trendy issues. That's very true.
Yeah, but I would argue that what they've been told actually is not that family is evil. It's that any form of self-sacrifice for another is evil. That's somebody trying to get them to waste their life.
But it's like, aren't they wasting, like, at the same time, dude? then they waste their life on like fighting ICE and being pro-immigrant, you know?
Oh, it's completely gay.
It's
I mean,
so
it makes no
retarded.
sense. It's like if they were to look at this logically from like a 10,000 mile view, like flying in an airplane over this and looking at it, they would be like, wow, we're creating the gayest situation possible. The problem is they can't see the forest through they can't see the forest for the trees. They can't see the big picture, because that's not how, like, this misplaced suicidal empathy, which is really their maternal love and instinct,
Mhm.
it makes their view so narrow that they can't see anything but the issue that they've decided is their pet project, whether that be like babies in Africa, or women's reproductive rights, which is actually sacrificing children. So, all of it is it's fucking twisted.
Somebody said it's literally the boomers raising non-God believing families. I mean, my parents are boomers, so that's not always true. Like there was definitely some boomers who were shitty at raising their kids. My parents were boomers, and I think they did a great job at raising us. So you can't really paint all boomers with one brush, just like you can't paint all millennials with one brush.
Yeah, I mean, I agree to an extent. I really think it's what's been taught in public schools in this country that has done the most damage, because that's where most of this don't ever sacrifice, put your career first, don't have children till you're 30. I mean, that's what health class basically is.
Yeah.
In elementary school and middle school and high school. So they're basically trying to convince you. They talk about family planning and all this stuff. They try to get you to delay any activation of your maternal and paternal instincts to extend your adolescence well into your 30s. That's their goal, because they know that if you do that, there's a good chance you'll never have children. And on top of that, there's a good chance that you will find an outlet for those instincts that is not positive for like a free Western society.
Yeah. Dude, like Disney, going back and watching some of the Disney movies with my daughter, I realized like how cucked Disney got people. And it's like, dude, it's just like 50 or 60 years of Jewish subversion. And it really takes a toll on these people. It's like just hating on family, hating on values, hating on morality, saying, oh, you got to have a career. It's pathetic to stay at home and raise kids. It's just a big Jewish psyop that's been going on for like 50 or 60 years now, since the civil rights era, post World War II. And we're finally, the chickens have come home to roost.
Well, I mean, yeah, feminism is definitely that. I don't think Disney really got woke in that way until the 90s. I think if you look at Disney pre-90s, things were still pretty like family oriented and normal. But you start looking at the Disney princess movies from the 90s, and that's when you start to see really bad themes like Beauty and the Beast and The Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
Those movies have pretty bad themes in them.
What do you think are the bad themes in Beauty and the Beast?
Well, in Beauty and the Beast, she hates her town because these are just like regular salt of the earth people. She talks about how she talks about how provincial it is. She thinks she's above everyone. And they make the villain Gaston, who's the dude who
he's a Chad.
Yeah, he basically he's in love with her and she's not interested, and that's fine.
Right.
But I mean, and he is persistent. So I would argue that maybe that is a negative in his column, but he, at the end of the movie, he goes to save her because he thinks she's being held by a monster. Right. And he gets thrown off a building for his trouble. So, I mean, pretty fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah. And it definitely perpetuates this whole, like, don't go after the good guy, go after the bad boy, go after the project.
Yeah, I mean, you could argue Gaston is also a bad boy in his own right. I mean, he's like a war hero, and he's kind of a prick, but he's definitely like very full of himself and whatever. But he definitely he goes and puts his life on the line to defend his town, And the beast is just misunderstood. Is he really? Because he locked your dad in a dungeon for like nothing.
What do you think is subversive about the Little Mermaid?
Oh, the Little Mermaid, she disobeys her father. She basically gives up her voice in order to a witch in order to go chase a man, right?
Yep.
And at the end of the movie, she almost costs her father his life, and she abandons her family and all of her responsibilities because she's a princess. She's not just a regular girl.
Yeah.
She abandons them to, go fornicate on land and chooses to never see them again. So I think in my opinion, that movie shows that, it doesn't matter if you do what daddy says, in the end, you'll get what you want anyway. So, so for me, The Little Mermaid also has some pretty rough themes. Now, I'm not saying you can't let your kids watch these movies, but you need to explain to your children why these outcomes are wrong at the end.
Yeah, dude, my wife likes and I know it's just like Disney slop from the 90s, but my wife likes Mulan, and it is like it's a really subversive movie because I get that he didn't have a son. Like basically the dad is going to die and he doesn't have a son to defend the family, and so his daughter goes as a soldier in the war, but it's just kind of girl bossy. I don't know. What do you think about Mulan?
I actually have a different take on Mulan. I think it's one of the less subversive ones, because at the end, what does she do? She decides to go back to just being a wife. That's all she wanted to be.
Yeah.
I mean, she sacrifices for her family and goes through brutal torture to save her father from death. I mean, she shouldn't have done that, right? Because it was her father's job to go to war. But I actually have a slightly different. I have a take. I don't think that one's that bad, because she's sacrificing for family, and in the end, she settles down and goes back to being a wife and and presumably eventually a mother. So she returns to her role as a woman.
Yeah. Well, hang on. Somebody had a really based comment. Gamer Groiper said, and it's mermaid/human race mixing.
Oh yeah. Well, no, the real movie about that is Pocahontas. So,
right. So you agree Pocahontas is subversive?
Oh yeah, it's an environmentalist wet dream. The whole movie's dumb.
Yeah,
there's a fucking talking tree that makes no sense.
Yeah, right. In the only based song in the game, savages, barely even human. It's a based song, but it's meant to be like something the evil guys are singing,
Well, yeah, I mean, the other funny thing about that is like the guy they turn into the villain. If you look at what happened to him historically, he was captured and flayed by the natives. They removed his skin from his body.
Yeah.
And I think they burned him at the stake after they flayed him. So like
that's the noble savage. It's the noble savage trope of like, oh, look how peaceful the fucking Indians are. Like, no, they weren't. They were fucking savages.
Absolutely brutal. I cannot. That movie. I think Pocahontas is one of the worst ones. Lion King is also pretty bad. I'm not a huge fan of that one.
Well, isn't the Lion King? It's like his dad dies and he's called to, he reclaims the throne and fulfills his dad's wishes, which I guess could be based if you have a based father.
Yeah, well, that's if you like ignore the fact that like he goes off to hang out with two fucking bums in the woods and eat nothing but and eat a vegetarian diet like some gay hippie. And then he rejects
that though. He rejects that.
Yeah, but only when his dick gets hard for Nala, and then that's when he decides to come back and reclaim his. It's the prodigal son. A lot of people are like, yeah. So like he's. I don't know. I don't think like all his motivations are wrong. Like he should be sitting in that jungle waiting until he's big enough, training to go take it. He's not doing any of that. He's just sitting there having the time of his life while his father's kingdom is being ruined, and then he
Right.
goes back the moment he gets a boner. It's terrible.
Yeah, pretty
I
bad
think
message.
I think The Lion King is not good.
Yeah.
But that's once again, I'm harsh on these things.
No, it's true though, dude, because like I see my oh god, my wife the other day put on some modern, like anything after the 80s and 90s, I just don't really trust around kids. And my wife put on what's the movie Seeing Red about the panda and the Chinese girl?
Oh no, isn't that the one about periods?
Yeah, and my wife just randomly had that on, and our 2-year-old was watching it, and I just shut it off. I was like, "No, we're not gonna fucking watch this," because like it's just too many like teenager themes, and it's like she's 2 years old. She doesn't need to be watching this stuff. So
No.
like she for my 2-year-old, I like to put on a show called Little Bear, because
I
it's
remember it.
yeah, dude, Little Bear is just like so chill and like innocent. Like I want to be fostering innocence in my 2.5-year-old right now, you know.
Yeah, one of my kids' favorite movies is the like the Chipmunks movie from the 80s. I
Oh, the cartoons?
yeah, the movie, the one that was a theatrical release. I think it's called the Great Chipmunk Adventure or something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But they watch that endlessly, and it's got a bunch of dumb songs in it, and the Chipettes are in it, so my daughter likes it. But I'm trying to think of other movies that I've gotten them to watch VeggieTales. They like it okay. I try to,
VeggieTales is good. Yeah.
I try to pre-watch most of what I subject them to. Like I've been letting my son watch Ninja Turtles from like the 80s now because it's on
dude,
YouTube.
the old cartoons?
Yeah, they're goofy as shit.
Dude,
little boys.
I used to love the 80s Ninja Turtles cartoons as a kid, and I watch them now and I'm like, oh, these are bad. These are hard to watch.
Yeah, they're not enjoyable for an adult to watch, but they've been watching that. I've been showing them like weird old episodes of Gumby, and they
Gumby.
dude, they're like completely enthralled by Gumby. Like it's the quiet, they like don't move when they're watching Gumby. It's like a surreal experience for them. It's like I guess that's like baby's first acid trip is watching an episode of like 1970s Gumby.
You mean you're talking about the old stop motion one?
Yeah. I mean, dude, they're so fucking weird, some of them, but like there's no evil themes in it. So it's just weird. And then trying to think. Like Daniel Tiger, like the first few seasons are fine, but I don't let them watch past a certain point because things get weird on that show.
Yeah, we don't let them watch Bluey because they talk back to their parents way too much. Those kids are little fucking brats that spank the shit out of them.
Yeah, luckily my kids hated Bluey from like the jump, so I never had that issue.
Oh, dude, do you guys think Shrek is subversive?
Yeah, it's not for kids.
He's kind of like I think he was written by a Jew, and he's sort of like a Jewish Gollum type character.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the whole thing is basically like, oh, we don't care if our daughter like goes to live in a swamp with an ogre.
Yeah,
I mean, the whole thing's a little weird. But my big problem with Shrek is that the jokes are not for kids, especially starting in the second one. The first one is not as bad, but the second one has like Pinocchio's wearing women's underwear.
Ugh.
And stuff like that. That's not for kids.
Yeah,
like that shouldn't be in a kids movie.
Yeah.
So, I'm not a huge fan of Shrek. I haven't shown it to my kids. I don't know that I will.
Yeah.
Until they're much older.
Somebody said Shrek is peak race mixing propaganda. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Farquaad is actually based. That's true.
Actually, the one in who's the blonde guy? Is he the guy in the second one? Charming?
Oh, Justin Timberlake voiced him?
No.
The Prince?
Yeah, the Prince. Was it I thought Timberlake voiced like the little kid one. Like the third one or the fourth one. Maybe I'm wrong by that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't remember who voiced him.
We've also gotten onto Art Attack recently. They just do like art stuff. It's very, very good.
Yeah. My daughter watches that when she's with her grandma. Her grandma puts that on.
Yeah.
I know the 1970 Robin Hood had a cross-dressing, but it was one of my favorites. Yeah, but that cross-dressing is for the purpose of sneaking in and
Right. It's played for a joke.
Yeah. No, it's for is it a joke? Didn't he use it to like escape?
Yeah, it's like when cross dressing is shown as it is, it's like a funny haha joke. I'm okay with it. It's like there's centuries of men putting on women's clothes as like, oh, this is so ridiculous and farcical and stupid. Like every black comedic actor has had to dress up as a woman, and it's ridiculous, you know?
Oh yeah, it's when he dresses up as a fortune teller to steal all the king's money. That's the only cross-dressing scene I can think of. So it's for the purposes of like of stealing Prince John's money. Yeah, I don't really see that as a like he's not doing it to like convince people he's a woman for sexual purposes. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
when I find that cross-dressing is weird.
Yeah. All right, boys. Well, we've gotten sufficiently off the topic of Deadly Premonition, but I enjoyed this game. Going back to it, like way back in 2019, I had played about 10 hours of it and I bounced off of it. Or no, maybe more like 4 or 5 hours. And this time going through and playing the whole thing, I would say just watch it on YouTube and skip through the gameplay parts, because this game is not worth playing because of the gameplay. Like I would say the gameplay pretty much ruins this game. And it's about 8 hours of like really unfun gameplay. And so if you're interested in Deadly Premonition, just watch it on YouTube. It's really entertaining and really funny. And I do think the town is worth going around and doing stuff in. Like that part of the game was cool, but unfortunately the really boring dungeon gameplay kind of ruins this game and keeps me from recommending it to anybody.
Yeah, I mean, if you still want to play this game after the lumber mill, you have a constitution that I don't understand. But yeah, I would say somewhere between a 9 and 10 out of 10 writing. Yeah. And then somewhere between a 0 and a 1 gameplay.
For gameplay.
Yeah, so no wonder this was a divisive game, because people who care about gameplay over story would rate this a 0.
Yeah.
And people who care about story over gameplay would call it, they would call it like a cult classic or a hidden gem.
Yeah.
So, you have to, I would say whatever kind of player you are, that better than anyone. And if you're the kind of person who really values story well more than gameplay, then give it a try. If you're the kind of person who balances those two things or values gameplay over story, don't touch it.
Yeah. It's a shame when like you would say of a game, it would have been better if it had no gameplay at all, and it should have just been like a visual novel. That's how you know you've got bad gameplay.
Yeah, I would say this would work better as like a point and click adventure, or like a game with absolutely no combat. Yeah.
Somebody said it's also a trip, so that is true. That is true. If you want to experience it firsthand and you're okay with 8 hours of bad combat gameplay, then like you do kind of have to experience it to really experience this game.
Yeah.
Is Sneed still here? Sneed, any closing thoughts?
I basically just agree with what Trey said. The story is pretty good. Dialogue is pretty good. But yeah, just watch like a compilation of the dialogue and story points on YouTube. I usually never say that, but this game is a slog to actually play.
Complete
and the
slog.
story is worth like seeing through to the end. And it'd be a real shame if you're put off from that just because of the gameplay.
All right, boys.
I think Sneed went to take a dump during the Disney conversation.
I'll just let you guys spurg out. It's okay. So I was just watching the show. I was just a viewer at that point.
He probably doesn't.
Oh, go ahead, Andy.
I was gonna say he doesn't have any kids yet, so he probably doesn't care about what shows we recommend to children.
I can't really relate to the efficacy of Bluey particularly yet. No. But don't forget, next week we're gonna rank all the games that we played so far.
Well, hang on.
Andy's calling it audible. He's changing it last second.
Dude, I just don't think is that like a full episode? That doesn't sound like it's gonna take very long.
Well, I think we're all gonna have our different thoughts on it. We're gonna be able to debate positions because we're not gonna agree on that.
Okay. Let's just look at all of our topics and decide that we're picking the hottest one, because I feel like we've got a better topic than that.
We're gonna rank top 10 games based on whimsy alone next week. That's our topic.
Most whimsical experiences.
Oh man. Dude, somebody has said like 7 times, Little Bear is the best. My daughter and I watch it before bed. Okay, dude, we get it.
Yeah, it's a good show. It's
Tom says the lumber mill is fine, by the way, Trice. Do you have any comments on
that? I hope that Tom ends up living there someday since he likes it so much.
Brutal.
Dude, there's no way. Tom say in the chat how far you got in this game. Tom got filtered by this game, dude. There's no way Tom played more than like 2 hours of this game.
No, Tom is going to show you a save file where he has 300 hours in this game. That's what's going to happen.
All right, guys, we're going to get out of here, but we will be back next week with a different topic. Not sure what one yet. So see you all later.
Thanks, guys.
Always a pleasure.